Meet our boy, Ravis Vindika. Mans is literally the demon prince, the heir to the entire underworld. But Homeboy's main character energy was a bit too aggressive, even for demons. He straight up soloed an entire rival clan just because they were acting sus. His pops only told him to go find evidence of treason, not cause a server-wide wipe. Obviously, that sparked a massive diplomatic crisis with the other high-tier clans. To save face, the Demon King yeeted his own son to the human realm. He wakes up in the body of a mid-tier student named Manhwa, a total NPC who just got bullied into a week-long coma. Talk about a downgrade. But plot twist realizes his sealed demonic aura vibes perfectly with human malice. He starts grinding his power levels in this new world, learning how to tap into his latent abilities, all while hunting for clues to claw his way back to the throne. Enough yapping, let's get into the spicy part. It's time to cook. A weak, pathetic gasp echoes through the silent midnight castle. Ravis stands there, eyes rolled back, body soaked in blood, looking like a total menace. Two figures emerge, one looking majestic, the other just trash-talking. "You dead dog," the injured Bavir spits out, shaking with rage. "Do you really think you can get away with this slaughter?" Ravis doesn't even flinch. "The Who clan? You think I don't know what you've been doing? This isn't slaughter, it's an execution." He raises his claw, eyes locked on target. This is a Vindika-sanctioned deletion. A blood-curdling scream rips through the entire castle. Cut to the aftermath. Our arrogant prince is now kneeling before the big boss, getting absolutely lectured. "Ravis, how dare you? You absolute fraud, you don't even know your place. I told you to get evidence of treason, not go on a killing spree." A Vindika acting like a degenerate and destroying the demon realm's order? The demon king Gamud Vindika looking like he's ready to disown his own bloodline for being a problem child. Ravis, even while bound by chains, doesn't back down. "What do you mean, father? The evidence was literally everywhere. The Who clan was cooked. They're just a bunch of geriatric boomers glazing the Who clan. Even with proof, you wouldn't touch them. They've been getting away with crimes for centuries, and you're blind to it." A shadowy figure nearby eyes Ravis with some real snake-like energy. Gamud looks pissed, lecturing him. "To execute someone, you need proper procedure, not your subjective delusions." Ravis isn't hearing any of it, he just stares back with pure, unadulterated procedure? That's pure comedy. He goes full psychopath, his eyes glowing with that demonic aura. To devour the darkness, isn't that the literal law of the underworld? The Demon King stammers, completely stunned into silence by the sheer aura radiating from his son. Ravis senses the hesitation and doubles down, hitting him with the ultimate L. "No! Oh, great Demon King, you can't even swallow the darkness sitting right in front of you, and you still call yourself the ruler of this world?" Everyone knows the demon realm's hierarchy is just a puppet show run by those corrupt nobles. But Gamudid Bindika isn't having it. He sighs with that "I'm disappointed in you" energy, calling his own son short-sighted and straight-up brain-dead. Ravis isn't backing down, though. He drops the truth bomb. The Bindika clan only exists because the Void family was purged, and those frauds committed every crime in the book to steal the throne. "Isn't that exactly why you sent me to investigate in the first place, father?" Instead of being cowards hiding behind the Hill family, closing their eyes to the so-called order. The room goes dead silent again as Ravis's facts land a critical hit on the old man's ego. Gamud Bindika stares him down, eyes narrowing before he spits out a cynical remark. "Talking to you is like pouring water onto a taro leaf, pointless. The 12 Black Thrones have decided your punishment." Ravis freezes mid-breath as the verdict drops. Gamud loses his cool and bellows with pure rage. "Ravis, for violating demon realm law and slaughtering the Void family, you are banished to the human realm." Ravis is shook, eyes bugging out, stuttering in pure disbelief. "Father, you're actually serious about this?" Gamud stays stone cold, flexing his authority. "Ravis, you're going to the human realm to pay for your sins, and your power will be sealed. Go learn what it means to have some dignity, you pathetic Bindika." Panic ensues, Ravis screaming for his life. "No, father, I killed the Void clan, sure, but I didn't destroy their souls." His dad isn't buying the cope for a second. "What are you waiting for? Execute the order." The screaming continues, but it doesn't matter. The magic circles are already locking him in. "Damn it, I won't accept this. Stop it right now. I didn't do anything wrong. I can't go." Slipping through the chaos, one shadow is literally grinning from ear to ear, watching Ravis scream in agony like he's auditioning for a horror flick. Banby is clearly thriving, leaning in to deliver the ultimate L. "Have a fun trip, you disgraced prince." That smirk is pure villain arc material. "I'll make sure to take good care of your spot here," he taunts, making Ravis grit his teeth and curse his existence. "You piece of trash." The words barely escape his lips before Ravis lets out a scream that sounds like reality itself is being ripped apart. System notification, sentence imposed, banished to the human realm. Rule 1, live a life of loyalty while trapped in this weak mortal meat suit. Rule 2, do not kick the bucket before the deadline. Rule 3, do not kill any humans. Violation means immediate soul erasure. Cut to a new scene. Our MC wakes up gasping for air, looking like he's just seen a ghost. Dong Miho's mouth is wide open, heaving like he just ran a marathon in an NPC body. He stares at his own hands in absolute confusion, checking if they're still his. His fingers curl and tremble. The sensory input is clearly hitting different. Suddenly, a dry cough rips through his throat. Dong Miho grabs his head, eyes wide. "Damn it, I'm actually stuck in the human realm." He remembers Banby's smug face and his expression twists into pure rage. "That dog Banby, he actually dared to backstab me. Once I get back, I'm snapping his horns off first." Wait, why does this human body feel so trashy and weak? Dong Miho slowly peels his body off the bed, looking like a zombie on its first day of respawning. He stands up, scanning his new outfit with absolute disgust. I'm stuck in the lowest tier body possible. This is peak L. He rants, internal losers. I can barely breathe in this thing. Is there seriously no mana in this place? The door creaks open, a girl peeks inside. Before she can even open her mouth, she spots Dong Min-ho and lets out a frantic brother. Her eyes instantly well up with tears as she rushes over. You're actually awake? No hesitation, she lunges into his arms, sobbing like a lost puppy. Thank God, I thought you were gone forever. That sudden physical contact has him feeling like a total NPC. Who is this? Is this the family of this trash tier body? Before he can even process the situation, another silhouette appears. Minho's mom, she cups his face, bawling her eyes out. Thank the heavens you're awake. You must be in so much pain, my poor baby. Minho is internally screaming, trying to navigate this cringe fest. What is this scenario? What do I even do here? They say the human realm is one of the 3 hells. Am I really supposed to survive in this dump? Before his thought process can even load, another pair of footsteps approaches. It's Dung Sik, standing there like a looming raid boss, so you're finally up. The mother, clearly sensing the toxic aura, tries to play defense. Honey, he just woke up, give him a break. But the old man keeps that stone-cold, intimidating glare locked on him. He doesn't waste a second being a caring father. He turns around and barks, get ready for school tomorrow. You've been a vegetable for a week, try not to fall further behind the other losers. His departure leaves the mom in a panic, chasing after him. Dear Minho just woke up, let's be thankful he's even breathing. Meanwhile, Dong Minho remains unbothered, and his sister turns to him. Brother, how are you feeling? He's still focused on the old man's big boss energy. His face suddenly lights up with a twisted, excited grin. Man, I actually kinda like that guy. Whether human or demon, that guy's attitude is peak. His sister is visibly confused by his sudden shift in vibe. Brother? His eyes sharpen with a calculating demonic glint. I'm low-key vibing with his energy. I gotta stay low-key until the original host's memories fully kick in. Transition to a blue sky over a school campus buzzing with NPC chatter, looking around. So this is a school? His mom drops him off, still acting like a helicopter parent. If you don't feel well, call me immediately, okay? She watches his back as he walks away, her eyes radiating pure anxiety. On the flip side, Minho couldn't care less. Last time I went to school in the demon realm was 6 years ago. Who knew I'd have to go back to school at this age? Absolute hell. But then he remembers the human realm literally is hell. Back to the classroom we go. Minho walks toward his class, his inner monologue hitting hard. Right, humans are fragile, they barely make it to 100. Just keep it low-key so my soul doesn't shatter. I already bought some time by wiping out the Heyo family. All I gotta do is return and claim my father's throne. Before the Bindika royal family faces total extinction again. He's deep in his own lore when 2 random side characters slide up to him. Yo Minho, long time no see, man. He turns around, his face looking like he's dealing with a tear-free annoyance. Who are these NPCs? The guy leans in, hand heavy on his shoulder. Hey, Minho, did you get penalized for being absent for so long? But his body's automatic reaction left him straight up shook, shivering uncontrollably like a total NPC. Suddenly, a flood of repressed memories hit Minho, flashing a bizarre, unfamiliar face in his mind, followed by that same guy's smug, punchable grin. Down there, his current body was cowering, trembling like a coward. Minho finally snapped back to reality, eyes wide as saucers. He glanced behind him, his brain racing. Wait, is this why this body's in such a sorry state? Because of these absolute bottom-tier losers? While he was zoning out, 2 grabbed his head and mocked him. Bro, we're friends. Why you acting like a beta? You getting even more pathetic or what? Long time no see, show some respect and pay the friendship fee, loser. Minho hadn't even processed it yet. His brain still stuck on the thought. Don't tell me I'm actually getting bullied right now? Just then, a memory of Cynthia lecturing flashed back. Look up here, this is a human. Observe them carefully. Her words made the students below go feral. Not just gross, they probably smell like straight trash. Instead of checking them, she just egged them on. Exactly. Humans are vulgar creatures. They'll do anything to hide their pathetic weaknesses. Plus, they're stupid enough to worship both demons and angels alike. Ravish chimed in with that toxic energy. We should just burn all these idiots to the ground. Suddenly, Cynthia summoned a blinding magic circle. That's right, Ravis. If you ever run into a human, crush their vulgarity into dust. Back in the present, remembering that vibe had Minho fuming. These low-tier humans actually think they can touch me? While Tu was busy scrolling on his phone, he reached out with a grabby hand to yank Minho's hair. Instantly, Minho smashed his face into the desk. Humans are truly brain dead. Sung-hun watched his boy get folded and let out a scream, frozen in absolute shock. He didn't waste a second, lunging forward while barking. Yo, you lost your mind or something? But as he charged, Minho's eyes flashed with a blood-red light. His latent magic power was reacting. Sung-hun kept rushing him, spewing verbal diarrhea. You little rat, barely escaped death and now you're acting up? You trying to die for real? The second he finished, Sung-hun swung for the fences with a heavy punch. Minho dodged like it was nothing, eyes gleaming with intrigue. Look at that, human trash-talking actually triggers my magic? There's a literal link between their insults and my mana flow. No hesitation, Minho winded up and planted a fist square in his face, sending Sung-hun flying across the room until he smashed into the wall like a rag doll. The entire class stood there with their jaws on the floor, witnessing a certified main character moment. Minho didn't give a damn, just staring at his hand thinking, my magic was supposed to be sealed in the human realm, but even in this weak-ass human body, my mana still reacts to pure malice. Lim Su, standing behind him, stuttered in disbelief. Minho? The Minho I know? 2, having recovered from the hit, didn't back down. He raised a chair ready to throw hands. You dare touch me? I'm gonna cave your skull in. That had Lim Su screaming for his life, eyes wide. Minho, watch out behind you. Right on cue, Minho's eyes darted toward the back. Without a second of hesitation, he launches a kick straight into that clown's gut. 2 is folding like a lawn chair, still in denial, spitting insults. Like, bro, how are you this delusional? He glares at Minho, clearly struggling to form a coherent thought. You absolute bottom-tier loser. Minho doesn't even let him finish before cutting him off. I guess when people are scared, they just get louder and ruder. Do you actually think screeching like a banshee makes you look tough? Before the words even land, Minho's leg moves like a blur. He sends a crisp kick straight to his chin, snapping his head back like a glitching NPC. A random thought crosses Minho's mind. I guess the root of all human insults really does trace back to their mothers, huh? And just like that, 2 is officially down, eating dirt on the floor. The classroom descends into absolute chaos, whispers flying everywhere. Wait, Minho took out 2 and Sung-hun? Is this even real? He's actually cracked. Minho just stands there, completely unbothered by the noise. Man, I was just trying to live a quiet life and go home, but here we are. He suddenly turns his gaze toward the rest of the class, his voice ice cold. Anyone else want to try their luck at trash talking? Talk about a fuck around and find out moment. The other guys in class are literally shaking, terrified of his sudden aura shift. Is that Sino? Even Lim Su is stunned, watching the whole scene go down with his mouth wide open. He was hiding this kind of power the whole time? While everyone else is busy glazing him or panicking, Lim Su slowly makes his way over. He looks genuinely worried, asking, Minho, are you okay? Minho doesn't answer immediately. He just smirks at Lim Su's clueless expression, thinking, so this guy trying to help me is supposed to be my sidekick in this life? With that calculated vibe, Minho replies calmly, I'm fine. Cut to later that afternoon, the compliments haven't stopped. No way, man. How did you solo 2 guys at once? You're an absolute beast. Minho, did you like Isekai into a new world or something? The joke hits too close to home and Minho freezes. Wait, is my cover already blown? Lim Su keeps bantering, asking if he's suddenly the protagonist of some martial arts game or fantasy novel. Minho stays silent, his mind racing. If my sidekick already figured out my true identity, this is going to be a nightmare. Flashback to a memory. 2 figures walking and talking. Ravis, you can't kill humans in the mortal realm. Your soul will get deleted. Why not? Cynthia said we should crush these pathetic insects. Bambi looks at him and explains slowly. She was just talking trash to set the vibe. Don't take it seriously. We can't just kill humans for no reason. We are the gods who manage human death after all. Ravis glances at him, unimpressed, but aren't humans already busy killing each other anyway? Bambi turns away, his tone dripping with cold reality. Exactly. That's why they're ignorant, and that's why we exist. Back in the present, Minho stares at him and lets out a long, exhausted sigh. Standing at the edge of the roof looking out over the city, the memory keeps playing. Killing people leads to soul destruction? Why do I even have to care? I'm a literal god of destruction. What is this reality I'm stuck in? Looking up at the sky, Minho thinks, if I can't kill them, how the hell am I supposed to shut them up? While he's having a midlife crisis, Lim Su chimes in, muttering, man, it'd be sick if the isekai thing was real. I wish I could wake up in a different world too. Minho catches the subtle drop in his tone. He can smell the pure, concentrated misery radiating off this guy. Lim Su keeps walking, head down. I know, wishing for an isekai is just cringe-tier childish nonsense. I know how much you've been through, and I'm sorry you finally reached your breaking point. But instead of feeling sympathy, Minho feels relieved. Good, so he doesn't actually know who I am. A slight smile forms on his face as he hears the praise. You looked so cool back there, Minho. But to Minho, it just feels like a knife to the ears. Imagine being praised by a common low-tier human. Cut to a high-rise apartment. Dong Minho is perched on his bed, trying to process his new reality. His thoughts are spiraling. Wait, when those NPCs trash-talked him, his demon energy actually sparked. A demon king trapped in a human vessel shouldn't be able to use magic. That's a major canon error. He stares at his hands, completely confused. What kind of low-tier glitch is this? Suddenly, his expression shifts into a smirk. He's feeling himself. Ravis's charisma has no limits, and he's clearly the main character. But the flex is short-lived. He winces as a sharp pain spikes through his left arm. He's trembling, curled up on the bed. This mid-human body is absolute trash. It can't even handle a fraction of his aura. Living as a human for just one day is already absolute pain. His eyes go wide in annoyance. How is he supposed to get any sleep when his body feels like it's being deleted by the system? He keeps complaining, yet somehow he's already snoring like a log. Time skips faster than a speed run, night to morning, then straight to afternoon. Back at the school, the classic setting for every cliché drama. Dong Minho and Lim S are walking together after class. Lim S won't stop glazing him. It's been so peaceful lately thanks to you, Minho. No one dares to mess with us anymore. Minho, keeping that don't talk to me energy, retorts. Whatever, I just wanted to wreck those losers. I need to test my strength anyway. Mid-sentence, a voice cuts through the air. Dong Minho, they both turn around, reflexively. There's Thu, standing next to some tall, arrogant jerk who thinks he's the final boss. You're the one who beat up my little brother, right? I've been protecting you, and this is how you repay me? You're acting real bold for a bottom-tier fraud. Lim S is sweating bullets right now, looking like he's about to have a mental breakdown. Unexpectedly, Minho's face lights up with a sadistic grin. Oh, a side quest? Let's get it. The bully, confused, just points to a corner. Follow me, kid. In a secluded corner, the bully starts talking trash again. Thu, I told He smacks the back of Thu's head, acting like a total NPC bully. Don't get beat up, you lost to this weak little rat? Thu just stammers, terrified. I'm sorry, big bro. The bully turns to Minho, sneering. Dung Minho, what exactly am I supposed to do with a trash mob like you? He steps into Minho's personal space, trying to flex his pathetic aura. If I let you go, how am I supposed to keep the underlings in line? He jabs a finger at Minho's forehead. Did your mother teach you to hit innocent kids, you little shat? Minho, stone cold, doesn't even blink. She did. The bully is stunned, literally frozen at the audacity. The guy winds up for a strike, laughing like a villain in a C-tier movie. The fist flies, closing the gap in a millisecond. But Minho doesn't even flinch. He catches the fist midair. Finally, he thinks, trash-talking my mother? That's the high-tier content I've been waiting for. He doesn't let go. He grips the bully's wrist with enough pressure to crush a steel pipe. The bully screams in Jin terror. What the hell is this strength? Minho stays silent, internally monologuing. Oh, noble mother of mine, thank you for bestowing such exquisite malice upon my tongue. And bam. A fist connects with the guy's face, sending him flying backward. What follows is a flurry of knuckles, pure unfiltered violence targeting that weak physical form. He's not just breaking bones, he's shattering the guy's spirit. These pathetic bottom feeders are already begging for mercy. Thu is in the back, losing his mind. Hey, stop hitting my big bro, you absolute dog. Even Limes is standing there in complete shock, realizing his friend is a total menace. He was getting absolutely folded, left with no choice but to scream for his minions like a total NPC. What are you idiots waiting for? Jump him. Our MC just stood there, sizing up the situation like a total Chad. Oh, we're doing a 1v5 now, how cute. Suddenly his eyes flared open, glowing with pure unadulterated menace. Even better, in a blink, Minho blitzed them, clapping back at every single one of these fodder mobs. The more malice I feed on, the stronger I get. Lim Sen, watching from the sidelines, was shaking in his boots and let out a pathetic shriek. That scream echoed through the entire school like a jump scare in a horror flick. He slowly lowered his arms, his aura radiating absolute dominance. Minho looked up, taking a deep breath as he stood amidst the pile of human trash he'd just dismantled. He stretched his arms, grinning. Man, that felt good. A flunkel gave humanity violence, while Mom created wicked words. Violence is divine, the pinnacle of existence. Now I get why he gifted it to us. Thanks for the power, Uncle. Nearby, Lim Sen crept over and whispered his name. But from the shadows, a glowing red light locked onto Minho. Tucked away in a dark corner, a literal rat was watching the whole show. Its red eyes pulsed with an eerie supernatural light. Truth is, those eyes were streaming the entire fight live. As you requested, Master, the mission is complete. The footage projected onto a screen as a voice boomed, My dear nephew. Ravis. He crushed a blue demon's skull under his boot like it was nothing. In front of him, Baka flashed a sadistic grin. Seems like he's really enjoying his nephew's gift. Bambi, watching through the monitor, chimed in. You embedded the blood demon stone directly into his eyes instead of the suppression crystal. Just how much longer do you think he can handle that level of agony? Ravis's expression turned twisted and demonic as he watched Minho through the screen. A bone-chilling, ghostly laughter erupted from the depths of the dark castle. Deep inside that fortress, mysterious figure kept their eyes locked on the footage. That bastard Ravis, he really wiped out the entire Higa clan. Bambi glanced at the man behind him and stated calmly, Ravis always gets what he wants. It's his signature move. Baka lounged on his throne, smirking. Who could possibly keep that stubborn brat on a leash? Still, Gamud didn't hesitate to throw him into the human realm. Zero mercy, that guy. The image of Gamud Bindika appeared. Bambi stood before a cracked stone basin, muttering grimly, dealing with a high-tier savage requires overwhelming force. That is the absolute gospel of the Demon King Gamud. Baka kept up his bored act, picking at his nails. The human realm is basically the trash bin for the worst criminals in the demon world. Ravis won't adapt so easily. He chuckled, imagining his nephew crying for help. Since when did that kid get big enough to cause this much trouble? Help me, uncle. Wait, did I say that out loud? Bambi suddenly whipped around to face his master lounging on the throne. Is that why you gave him the blood demon stone? He threw his arms wide, his cloak billowing in the air like a dramatic boss entrance. Lord Baka, the preparations to summon the exiled sinner to the human realm are complete. Baka bared his teeth in a terrifying grin. Show me, Bambi. Bambi didn't hesitate, lifting his hand. A surge of thick abyssal energy poured out from his palm. A massive sphere of black energy materialized in front of him, drawing in power from all directions like a damn tsunami of darkness. Visions of nightmarish demons flashed through his mind. The moment Lavis touches down in the mortal realm, it's curtains for those NPCs. The old man shoved his chair back, standing up with that menacing aura of a final boss. He reached out, and a wisp of sinister black mist began to swarm toward his palm like a moth to a flame. Like a vacuum cleaner for evil, he started inhaling the massive pools of dark energy from the stone basin in seconds. The thick, viscous darkness spiraled into a condensed sphere of pure chaos in his hand. Memories of young Minho flickered in his brain, and he smirked, a sick, twisted look on his face as he absorbed the power. This is going to be good. Lavis, my dear grandson, prepare to get schooled in the art of the abyss. Suddenly, a table full of spicy rice cakes and fish cakes materialized out of nowhere. Wait, what the hell just happened? Both Minho and Tu just got mogged without even putting up a fight. Limes stared at the guy, eyes sparkling like an absolute simp. Honestly, watching this felt like a high-budget action movie. Zheng Minho was being low-key seduced by the food, crying tears of joy while still acting like a Chad. This is hell, pretty mid, honestly, and special. Limes gave him a look. Bro, you're literally crying right now? Minho doubled down. Nah, it's just eye sweat, you idiot. Lim S sighed, disappointed. I told you we should started with the beginner level tutorial, Lim S muttered, while Minho just kept chewing, thinking, if a demon's running from hell, he's not even a demon. He's a fraud. The phone on the table buzzed violently, instantly catching Lim S's attention. An incoming call from Jin Hee popped up and Lim S turned ghost white. The aura of pure dread was real. Zheng Minho, mouth with food, muffled a question. Who's that? Why aren't you picking up? Lim S kept his head low, voice shaking with panic. Minho, I just got an urgent call. I gotta bounce. He gave an awkward, nervous smile, grabbed his bag, and looked back at the guy still chilling with his food. Catch you later. Enjoy your meal. Lim S bolted, leaving behind a very annoyed and dissatisfied Zheng Minho. Poor guy's hands wouldn't stop shaking, total victim energy. The guy kept eating, side-eyeing Lim S as he scurried away like a rat. Dusk settled over the city, casting long shadows over a desolate, creepy alleyway. An abandoned warehouse came into view, the doors sealed tight like it hadn't seen a human soul in years. Inside, a tattoo needle slowly descended with a sinister hum. Jin Hee was busy branding the guy on the bed who was screaming in agony. She didn't even flinch, just whispered, "Quit moving, you're making it hurt more." The walls were covered in cursed photos of guys with faces twisted in pure torture. See? Should paid your debts on time. Now I'm stuck working overtime because of your broke ass. Jin Hee looked down at the man who looked like his soul had been drained, staring at her work with a satisfied psychotic grin. And perfect. The guy's eyes rolled back into his head, whites showing, his face a masterpiece of pure suffering. Not bad, the ink really pops against your skin, doesn't it? A voice from the shadows made her turn around. Boss, we brought him. A massive goon shoved Lim S forward. Lim S looked at Jin Hee and stammered, terrified, Jin Hee? She turned around with that step on me mommy energy, grinning. Oh, look who it is, why are you late? Come here, Lim S, take a good look. The blinding surgical light hummed overhead, spotlighting the scene of the crime. Lim S was grabbed by the face, teeth gritted, trying to fight back, but she forced him to focus. Open your eyes and look properly. She shoved his head toward the man's face. Guess what this means, kid? A fresh tattoo on the guy's forehead spelled out deadbeat in clear, bold ink. Jin Hee leaned into Lim S's ear, whispering like a snake. He's paying the price for not paying his debts. Her voice dropped into a terrifying, unhinged register, making Lim S tremble like a leaf. Now, what about you? Lim S, how's our little deal coming along? He's shivering like a wet chihuahua, stuttering out a pathetic response. That thing, Lim S' eyes go wide, pure terror unlocked. The system's been throwing errors like a bug-ridden indie game. Slap, that sound was crispier than a 144Hz monitor. Jinji just rocked his world, sending him sprawling. You think this is a game, you little fraud? Huh? I'm busy admiring my fresh ink tattoo while two absolute units drag Lim S up. Bro screaming like an NPC losing its aggro. Still haven't got a clue, have you? Lim S is wriggling around, trying to escape their grip, but his stats are clearly trashed here. Jinji walks up, looking absolutely unhinged, and grabs Lim S's arm like a total psycho. Maybe I should just carve it right into your skin so it sticks, yeah? The crybaby starts sobbing, resisting harder than a mid-boss, desperately begging for mercy. Jinji spits out his next line, cold as ice. Listen up, Lim S, keep your ears wide open. I slowly lift the needle. Final warning, scrub. Just kneel down, look me in the eye, and do exactly what I said. Jinji yanks his hair back, leaning in close with that villainous aura. Think I won't finish the job? You're cooked. Outside, the sky is pitch black, decorated by those cliché twinkling stars. Lim S is sitting solo in the dark, bathed in that creepy blue glow of his monitor. His hands are trembling so hard they're basically vibrating. But if he doesn't do this, he grabs his own shaking hand to steady the nerves. He bites his lip, thinking about Jinji just sitting there in the dead silence. Cut scene to the exterior of a high-rise apartment complex. Dong Minho is writhing on his bed, teeth grinding, clutching his stomach. Bro really got humbled by a little spice. He's sweating like a faucet, stomach feeling like it's been hit with a fireball spell. He barely put in any work, and his shoulders are already screaming for a health potion. Dong Minho rips his shirt off, absolute pathetic mode activated for this weak-ass body. He starts doing frantic push-ups, trying to grind through the pain. I, Lavis Vinica, am not going down to something this mid. He's back to spamming sit-ups, teeth clenched in agony. He's gonna overclock this trash physique by any means necessary. Eyes rolled back, screaming at the top of his lungs. No amount of pain is gonna nerf his grind. Sunrise hits the clouds, looking like some high-res render. Back at the high school campus, the main stage is set. In the hallway, Lim S is standing there in the corner, staring down at his hands like an absolute NPC. He's holding a phone so outdated it probably runs on dial-up. Lim S grips that ancient tech with anxiety. This app is looking like a high-risk canon event. Jinji's psycho face flashes in his mind again. Ensure everything is ready. Lim S bows his head, clutching that phone like his life depends on it. Eyes squeezed shut, teeth grinding, bro is stuck in a moral dilemma loop. What am I supposed to do? A hand lands on his shoulder out of nowhere, and Lim S shrieks like a jump-scare victim. Yo, S. Dong Minho looks down with that cold main character energy stare. You good? You jumpy or something? Lim S glances at him, a light bulb going off. Maybe he can use Minho as a carry. Dong Minho is still just staring at him with that ice-cold, unbothered expression. Lim S gritted his teeth, desperately trying to deny that thought. Nah, his brain immediately flashed to Jin Je and her shady crew. Even Minho would be totally cooked if he got tangled up with her. Lim S kept his head down, teeth clenched, completely oblivious to the fact that Dong Minho was staring at him with pure confusion. I can't let Minho get dragged into this mess. Suddenly, a strand of long hair whipped past, making Dong Minho flinch. Wait, that's... A girl tripped right in front of them, face planting into the floor. Where have I smelled that before? Lim S straight up shrieked in panic. Su Young, he scrambled over to her like an NPC on a quest. What happened? Are you okay? Wake up. Lim S flipped her over, frantic. Where are you hurt? Su Young's face was deathly pale, and she was laughing like a total psycho, completely out of it. Lim S got spooked and backed away, not about to deal with that horror movie energy. Dong Minho's eyes suddenly glowed a sinister red. Demonic energy? Why the hell is that inside a human? A guy came sprinting over, sweating bullets. Su Young, what the hell is going on here? The teacher scooped her up, sweating. Wake up, let's get you to the infirmary ASAP. That hair brushed past him again, and Dong Minho felt a cold shiver down his spine. On Su Young's trembling arm, a pitch-black sigil started pulsing to life. That mark, his eyes widened in genuine shock. Is the Hitka clan's crest actually showing up on a human? Dong Minho's crimson eye tracked her as they walked away. I need to get to the bottom of this. Night fell, and the vibes got even sketchier. In the city hospital, a pair of long legs clicked down the silent hallway, making the person on the bench jump in surprise. As the guy reached for the hospital room door, the female guard stepped up. Hold it. She looked at the hooded youth with polite suspicion. Are you a friend of So Young's? She needs rest, you can't go in there. The youth turned around and she was left absolutely speechless by his top-tier visuals. Dong Minho activated his mana, his eye flared red, his voice dripping with irresistible hypnotic riz. Forget everything. The guard's brain got hard reset by the mana, turning her into a literal puppet. Her eyes rolled back, pupils bleeding into a faint, cursed red as her mind got hijacked. The guard slowly sat back down, completely soulless. She stared into the void, totally ignoring Dong Minho as he waltzed right past her. He cracked the door open and glanced back at her. The mana signature is weak, but for a temporary bypass, it's enough. Dong Minho stepped inside and clicked the door shut behind him. Su Young was sitting on the bed, staring at him like he was a glitch in the system. She looked annoyed as he strolled up to her. Who the hell are you? He didn't even bother with the pleasantries, just hit her with the cold truth. Who exactly are you? Su Young glared at him with maximum hostility. What is your problem? Why are you barging in here? Without a word, he lunged forward and grabbed her arm with an iron grip. Su Young screams like a banshee because the pain is absolutely mid. Dong Minho isn't having it. He drops a cold, shadowy glare that could freeze hell over. He cranks her wrist up like he's checking a price tag, exposing that seal. Wait, why is a human fraud rocking a crest of the Hita family? Major red flag. Seong-yi is tilted, brows furrowed, trying to play dumb. The hell are you yapping about? Dong Minho's patience has left the chat. He stares her down with pure hostility. Spit it out, or the consequences are going to be way worse. His red eyes start glowing in the dark, absolute demon energy. What's your real identity, NPC? Seong genuinely tweaking right now. She's terrified out of her mind. Eyes wide as saucers, cold sweat drenching her face. She's straight up cooked. She glances back, trembling as she sees the literal demon shadow looming behind Dong Minho. Shaking like a leaf, she looks at the man in front of her, stuttering out a response. Dong Minho is done with the games, eyes bulging with pure intimidation. I said talk! She's a sobbing, snot-nosed mess now. I swear I don't know anything. Meanwhile, Jinji's sneaky, two-faced mug pops back into her memory. He told me if I wanted to join their gang and get some weight loss meds, I had to get this tattoo. Dong Minho eyes her shivering form, noticing a faint, weird scent lingering on her. His red eyes go stone cold. He recognizes that stench. That's straight from the demon realm. The wall torch flickers out, leaving them in darkness. Two silhouettes creep through an endless, creepy hallway. One of them finally breaks the silence. Where are we even going? Banby is sweating, glancing at the forbidden zone. This whole area is off limits, man. Lavis isn't vibing with the whining. He glares back, and Banby shuts his trap immediately. He hits him with that condescending smirk. Such a coward. Banby is fuming, his pride bruised, but he's gotta swallow that rage because he's no match for Lavis. He loses it and shouts, I'm not scared, I just don't want to get punished. Lavis just shrugs, then leave. Banby stares at this arrogant brat, sighing, I can't. If I leave you, you're definitely gonna start some chaos. He keeps checking his surroundings, paranoid. How much further is it? Finally, they hit a pitch-black entrance. Bambi looks around, his voice dropping to a whisper. Hey, Lavis, you heard the legend? Lavis hits him with the I don't know and I don't care attitude. Spit it out already. Bambi tries to set the mood, looking all mysterious. In the shadows, they talk about people with eyes that defy their own species' limits. Lavis stops in his tracks, glancing back to listen. Apparently, there are two ways they go blind. Bambi keeps rambling to himself. 1. Too much light fries their retinas. 2. Absolute darkness makes their eyes rot away from disuse. A sharp signal from Lavis silences him instantly. Lavis puts a finger to his lips, sidestepping into the shadows to peek inside. Something's in there. They both lean in, spotting a mysterious flower resting on a stone hand in the distance. Bambi is shaking, whispering, What is that? Lavis, being the Chad he is, steps forward to get a closer look. Meanwhile, Bambi is basically screaming in terror, total NPC energy trying to stop him like, it's too dangerous, and suddenly a creepy purple flower spawns. Both of them stare at the flowers blooming below. Bambi is shaking like a leaf. Wait, isn't that Jeremy Hit? Ravis takes one look at the corpse and delivers the coldest line ever. Look at him, he's already cooked. Jeremy Hit is literally turning neon blue, and these flowers are straight up speed-running life by growing out of his body. A hand reaches out, curious typical main character mistake, but don't touch that. With zero hesitation, the hand rips the flower right out of Jeremy's body. Hill holds the flower in front of his face, pinching his nose because the smell is apparently rank. Bambi is losing his mind. He stares at the plant in his hand and gasps, it's a carnivorous flower. Back to reality, baby. Dong Minho's eyes are glacial, staring down at the guy who reeks exactly like those flesh-eating plants. Sonia's having a full-blown mental breakdown, sobbing and begging for mercy like a total fraud. Please, spare me. He just stares in silence as she trembles on the bed, absolutely shook. Outside the window, a bat is hanging upside down, staring into Dong Minho's soul with glowing red eyes. It's locked onto him, whispering, "Ravis, we finally meet." Its gaze turns bone-chillingly creepy, adding, "I've been waiting for this moment." The scene cuts to a crusty, abandoned factory that looks straight out of a horror game. Dong Minho walks in, so absolute gigachad energy. He stands in front of a door and peeps inside. It's Jinhai's gas station. Dong Minho stares at the door, questioning reality. The gas station logo and the carnivorous flower, is this all just a coincidence? A flickering exit sign pops up on screen. A group of NPCs is stomping down a trashy apartment hallway. Lim S mutters, "Why is Yang Mu so obsessed with that high schooler? He doesn't want the kid, he wants the app he made." The blonde-haired thug leading the pack sneers, "We got high-tech gear now, huh?" He grips a blue candy in his palm. "Wait, the blue ribbon? Yang Mu only just developed that recently." His lackey hits him with a reality check. "Stop tweaking, you lunatic. Didn't you hear what happened to Dusum yesterday? The side effects on this new batch are insane." They're just vibing down the hallway and the thug goes, "Who cares? As long as I get the high, I'm good." On the blonde thug's neck, a familiar mark starts to glow, major red flag. Dong Minho watches them with icy predatory eyes, there's that smelt again, along with the gas station logo. The two idiots keep strutting down the hall like they own the place. Suddenly, Dong Minho cuts them off, blocking their path. "You guys got this stuff from Jinhai's place, right?" The thug rolls up, acting all tough. "Who the hell are you?" He gets right in Dong Minho's face, trying to clown him. "Yo, you a friend of Jinhee or something?" The blonde punk tries to touch his face, thinking he's got main character energy. "Better start behaving, kid." Dong Minho's red pupils dilate, the demon mode is officially activated. Bats the guy's hand away and delivers a soul-snatching slap to the face, leaving the entire crew shook and completely unable to process the L they just caught. That scrub gets folded like a lawn chair, leaving his lackeys absolutely shook. One of his goons starts barking like a rabid dog. "You little rat, who sent you?" Minho doesn't even waste his breath on trash. He just sprints straight for him with a fist loaded. He connects a clean strike before the dude can even blink, sending him spiraling. Another NPC tries to play hero. "You psycho," he lunges at Minho like he's actually built like that. Imagine thinking you can touch the MC, cringe. Minho rewards his stupidity with a brutal straight punch right to the kisser. The dude lets out a pathetic screech and hits the floor like a sack of potatoes. The last remaining clown pulls a knife and tries to speed run his own death. "Eat this." Minho hits him with a spin kick so clean it sends the weapon flying into another zip code. Minho looks down at the pile of L's with zero emotion. Blondie manages to stand up, absolutely triggered. "God damn it, just finish him off already." His face twists into pure unhinged cope. "I'm going to end you." Minho's eyes widen. Wait, is this guy actually tapping into demon energy? He charges forward like a rabid dog off its leash. Minho blocks the strike, thinking. His movement pattern shifted. Did that stim pack just buff his stats? His red pupils flash as he curses the silent, mocking night sky. Jin Dahi looms over a guy shivering on the sofa, dropping the sorry not sorry act. Her sugar daddy chimes in. "It won't take long this time," but Yang Mu just sighs. "I swear I heard that mid-tier excuse last time too." Jin Dahi glances down at the sniveling coward trembling on the floor. "We caught the rat who was siphoning the blue ice supply. The dude is begging like a total beta. Please, I messed up, just show mercy." He looks at Yang Mu, desperate for a sliver of plot armor. "Give me one more chance, I promise I won't brick it." Yang Mu doesn't even acknowledge the fodder. He just stares at the blue roses on the table. He reaches out and plucks the entire bouquet from the vase with main character energy. He lifts the flowers with a grace that is honestly terrifying. The guy on the floor is crying his eyes out. Pathetic. He looks up, literally begging for his life. Then he starts shaking his head in pure terror as he realizes what's about to happen. "No, please." Yang Mu holds the bouquet up high like an executioner's blade. He slams the stems down with ruthless precision. Blood starts spraying everywhere. The roses go straight into the guy's eyes. Talk about a brutal face slapping. Jin Dahi is standing there, too shook to even breathe. The guy is still shivering on the floor, gasping out, "Help, someone help me." Yang Mu raises the remaining roses, and the screen turns into a total crimson nightmare. The guy's pathetic shriek echoed through the room, and he dropped to the floor like a total NPC. Yang Mu stared at the corpse, ice cold, and muttered, "Right, there's no second chance in this lobby." He scanned the room, and you could practically see the color draining from everyone's faces. "I trust you all understand that, right?" Even Jin Jae-hee was shook. Her face went ghost white. She didn't dare make a peep. "Right?" Yang Mu shot her a look that screamed "Comply or die." "Jae-hee, quit the excuses and bring it here," she stuttered, trembling. "Yes, I understand." Outside the abandoned building, the night sky was giving major horror movie vibes. Jin Jae-hee was pacing like she was about to get cooked. "Damn it, if this keeps up, I'm legit finished." She gritted her teeth, desperate. "Lim Seaman, pick up, you piece of trash." Her phone kept buzzing, absolute chaos. Lim Seaman noticed the phone vibrating and reached for it, looking genuinely concerned. His voice was shaky as he answered. "Hello?" he said, while the blonde thug in the background was being absolutely mogged into a pulp. Dong Minho sat on the blonde guy like a throne and spoke calmly. "I wanted to investigate this myself, but these bottom-tier losers couldn't follow simple instructions." "What?" Dong Minho just coldly asked. "You know Jin Jae-hee, right?" Dong Minho kept it monotone on the call. You're the one who answered Jaehee's phone earlier, aren't you? Lim Simin flipped out on the other end. What, Jaehee? Why are you? Minho stood up, the thugs lying defeated behind him, and stated casually. It's right there on the screen. You know where she lives, don't you? Lim Sivan no Jin Jaehee. Don't tell me those psychos found you. Don't. Minho shut that down fast. Nah, nothing like that. He walked while explaining, I'm the one hunting her down. I've got questions. Minho sounded panicked. You're hunting her? Where are you right now? He replied flatly. At Jaehee's tattoo shop at Shizma, when suddenly, something caught his eye. Sitting at the top of the stairs was a white cat, staring him down like it had zero chill. Back at his spot, Lim Seaman was panic-grabbing his jacket to rush over. Minho, don't you dare get involved. I'm coming to you right now. He hit him with the confused, huh? Dong Minho hung up and glared at the cat. The white cat was busy acting sus, playing with a golden bell. The whole cat was vibrating from pure fear. He stepped closer. Hey, you furball. Yeah, I'm talking to you. He reached out and snatched it into the air, forcing a staring contest. He asked, you understand me, don't you? The cat let out a pathetic fake meow. He locked eyes with it, radiating pure Chad energy, and the cat started shivering like a glitching NPC. Then it screamed, yes, my lord. Dong Minho crossed his arms, ready to grill this thing. First a rat, then a bat yesterday, and now a cat? He was fed up. What exactly are you? The creature finally spilled the tea on its true identity. I'm an overseer from the demon realm sent to the human world, and my only job is to shadow these convicts without getting caught. Zero suspicion, 100% stealth. Sid is flailing around like a total NPC, trying to explain why she's been stalking him. Lavis looks at her with absolute disdain. This girl is supposedly a demon. Her aura is so weak it's actually mid. Stit's confused as hell, asking how the hell Lavis caught her. He just deadpans, because you're standing out like a sore thumb, while Dong Minho chimes in, and you're literally standing on 2 legs, you clown. She finally realizes she's been acting like a total fraud. Lavis stares her down with those piercing red eyes. Summon your master, or whatever creature this is. Reveal yourself. Stit's eyes go wide, and suddenly the connection shifts to Bambi chilling at his desk. He smirks to himself. Faster than I expected, he mocks, clearly the puppet master behind this whole scheme. Lavis, you move too fast, man, Bambi chirps. Lavis is already tilted. Was this your doing, you little piece of trash? Calling your friend a piece of trash? How cold, Dong Minho says, hitting him with that savage commentary. Bambi, what kind of twisted plot are you cooking up this time? He leans back in his chair with maximum main character energy. Plot me? I'm just chillin', bro. Lavis just sighs. This guy is a literal menace. Whatever, I've got questions. Flashback to the conversation with Stit. Something's off. Since when can convicts use demonic energy in the human realm? That's not how the game works. She blinks, trying to play it cool. Demonic energy? Look, every rule has its loopholes. Keep up. Ban B gives a non-answer. You'll figure it out soon enough, Lavis. Anything else you want to know, or are you done? Dong Minho cuts in the scent. That real flower stench is everywhere in this world. It's thick. If you've smelled it, you know it's forbidden even in the demon realm, yet here it is. How is it leaking into this server? Banby rests his chin on his hands, looking like he's playing 4D chess. The demon realm bigwigs already know the Void Clan is expanding their reach. Those roaches are hard to kill, truly. Dong Minho looks up. The Void Clan? You mean their remnants are hiding here in the human world? Bean just brushes his hair back, looking like a total Chad. Lavis, listen up. The human world isn't what it used to be. It's a sandbox for every backstabbing conspiracy in the book. Banby claps his hands together, pure chaotic energy. This is perfect. Since you're already there, why not just wipe the floor with them yourself? Lavis is absolutely triggered. What? Wipe them out? Are you insane? Do you even know what you're asking? Dong Minho presses him. Spill it, Bambi. What the hell else are you hiding? Suddenly, the cat meows again. It's back. He glares at the cat with pure hatred and drops an F-bomb. Damn it. Nightfall is here. Somewhere in the city, Jinhee is losing her mind, staring at her phone. He's not picking up. We're running out of time. She starts screaming, that bastard Limbs, did he lose his brain? Why isn't he answering? Jinhee spam calls him, fuming. This is getting so annoying, she hisses at Limse. You're already cooked, pal. She makes another call. On the other end, at an internet cafe, Sun Jun picks up. Jinhee, what's up? She's yelling. Get to the office, now. Jinhee's grip tightens on her phone, pure rage in her eyes. We're going hunting for that trash Limsey. The sky is heavy with clouds tonight, setting the mood for a total disaster. Dong Minho stares her down. You're an overseer, right? You better have the intel on this human realm, or you're useless. She's sweating bullets. Probably. Since I'm stuck rotating shifts guarding these NPCs, I've got all the latest intel, and my detection stats aren't exactly bottom tier. Dong Minho speaks up, revert to your original form. She asks stunned, wait, what? Like right now? He hits her with that I'm about to fold you death glare. Want me to do it for you? She immediately backpedals. No sir, my bad. She clasps her hands together, unleashing a blast of pink light that's straight up blinding. My eyes, man. System notification shit has transformed into a cute blue-haired girl. Her feet touch the ground, and she struts right up to him. Damn, you look weak as hell, he thinks. Dong Minho eyes her down. Banby must had a reason to send you here. What's your name? She drops her head, looking depressed. I don't have one. He says with zero expression, shit. That's your name now. Found you on the street, so don't ever forget where you came from. Her eyes widen, lit up like a Christmas tree. Shit. My name. She steps into his personal space, beaming. I understand, Master Lavis. Thank you so much for naming me. He pushes for info. Now spill everything you know about the human realm. Shit replies obediently. Yes, sir. Outside the city. Meanwhile, Lim Sen is sprinting through the streets, drenched in sweat. Minho is in serious trouble. I really should stood my ground and said no. He flashes back to holding his bouquet of flowers and that trophy. He's still low-key in shock. Can't believe I actually won that thing. Suddenly someone calls out, "Hey, Limbs, it's Jinhee. Oh, look who it is, the dev who snagged the prize, right?" "Let me add something," he smirks. "Heard the prize money was a pathetic 50 mil. Jinji narrows his eyes. "You're a hot commodity now, kid. Shove him in the car." Limbs' face is pure panic mode. He lets out a yell and his flowers drop to the pavement, a total tragedy. They shove Lim into the van, surrounded by muscle-bound thugs. Yang Mu speaks up from the back, "Quit shaking. It's just business, relax. Look next to you." Right next to him is a briefcase stuffed with 50 million in cash. "Make us that app, kid." Despite being terrified, he tries to clap back. "I didn't make it to sell it." Yang Mu just stares out the window, ignoring him completely. A moment later, he drops the hammer. "That's just what you think." Limbs is shaking, sweat pouring like a waterfall. Flashback ends, he's back to reality, booking it down the road. He's spiraling. "I gotta get there fast. I can't let him meet up with Jinhee." Suddenly, he slams right into someone. Lim stammers, "I'm so sorry." Then his eyes go wide as saucers. Zayrun keeps his hands in his pockets, smirking. "Look at this, a snack delivered straight to our doorstep." Lim S is standing right there, absolutely shaking in his boots. Jinhee chimes in from behind, giving Lim S a look that's pure nightmare fuel. "You're finished, kid. Scared yet?" A blood-curdling scream from Lim S echoes through the dark. Jinji looms over him like a final boss. "From now on, your only job is to manage this app. Don't want to rot in a cage? Then get to work." Limbs jolts up, terrified. "Wait, hold on." He tries to plead, but the baddie just walks away without a second glance. "We're watching your every move from the outside, so don't even think about pulling any funny business." Limes sits there on the floor, staring at the locked door. "No," he grinds his teeth and squeezes his eyes shut. "It's all over now." Sirun leans against the doorframe, skeptical. "That guy is really a dev? He looks like a total NPC. Even the girl next to her doubts it, but she relays the message. They said we need him to distribute Blue Ribbon. The man asks, barely interested. The app is called YMH. And what does that have to do with distribution? Limes gets a smack to the head from the goons for lagging on the job. He's on the verge of tears, but he's too scared to cry. He just obeys. Meanwhile, the others are busy gossiping, trash-talking the name for being absolute mid. The app UI pops up on the screen featuring icons for both male and female users. Youngmoo strolls in asking for a status report. Is everything ready? He peers through the glass. What Limes is building is the core foundation of the Blue Ribbon project. Once we have the user data in our hands, we can manipulate the entire market however we want. His eyes are glowing with pure, unadulterated ambition. He explains the app's capabilities briefly. Real-time location sharing? Yeah, that's going to be their primary weapon for expanding the empire. Sirun crosses her arms and flashes a grin. Finally starting the Blue Ribbon sales, huh? Big lamp boss. Yangmu looks down at his hand, rolling a blue pill between his fingers, his voice dripping with malice. That's right. Blue Ribbon. He lets out a sinister laugh, visualizing the future. It's finally time to show the world what's coming. Meanwhile, the school is in total chaos. Hey Choyuri, I signed up. Add me as a friend. What is that? The student flashes her screen. Just accept the friend request and you get a cash rebate, 30,000 won. These girls see the money and their eyes literally turn into dollar signs. They're totally hyped, blind to the red flags. No way, for real? Add 3 people and you get 100,000? That's insane. I want in. Hey Bake Hyman, get over here and add me too. Some are still hesitant. But they get shut down with pure toxicity. Just do it, being a loser. The trio watches the drama, cheering on the chaos. Oh look, there's a registration event too. The screen is plastered with clickbait designed to hook puberty-stricken teens. Weight loss hack, YMH Blue Ribbon sign-up event. Register now and get a free trial of Blue Ribbon. Certified by the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety too. Blue Ribbon, huh? Even the name sounds high tier. Meanwhile, Jinhee is losing her mind. No way. The user count spiked this much in just one day? She stares at her phone, glowing with excitement. This is cracked. Mr. Jun checks his own phone, and yeah, Big Boss Yangmu is sinking into his own hype, but suddenly Jinji snaps, annoyed. Wait, we still haven't caught the rat who trashed my place? The goons cleaning up the mess report back cautiously. I checked the footage, boss. She pouts, suspicious. A rat? Why would there be a rat there? They head to the security room. Check this out. On the screen, a massive bat is staring directly into the camera lens. Is that thing actually looking at us? He snaps. What about the other cameras? Show me. The staffer is sweating bullets, cycling through the feeds. All he sees are crows and gears glitching the screen. This trash mouse is really getting on her nerves. He furrows her brows, screeching, what the actual hell is going on? Suddenly, Zan's phone vibrates, a notification pops up. He calls out to He, who spins around raging, what now? The words leave her frozen, her annoyance replaced by pure greed. Let's go. I heard the Blue Ribbon has just arrived. As the sun dips below the horizon, Dong Minho is staring down at the dirt with a bruh expression. He sighs, looking at her. Oistit, what exactly are you doing down there? She shifts back into human form, explaining, Master Lavis, I've put on a little weight lately, but he cuts her off. Zero chill, straight to business. Where's the intel on the investigation I gave you yesterday? Stick gets hyped, rattling off her findings, but Dong Minf is just standing there with that mid-energy, completely unimpressed. Is that so? Suddenly he dropkicks a guy trying to hoard the blue ribbon's absolute face-slapping efficiency. Dong Minho stoops down to grab one, sniffing it like a sommelier. I knew it, he mutters, smelling the forbidden flower, then glares at the blonde thug bleeding all over the pavement. So this is how they're awakening their powers. Minho's mind is racing. No way. You can't cultivate this flower without a host. How do these losers have something that was wiped out even in the demon realm? Stit keeps rambling, dropping the lore. The stuff you asked about is called blue ribbon. It's spreading across the human world disguised as diet pills and health supplements. He interrupts, and the ingredients? She shrinks back, reading the room, and reports cautiously. It's produced in total secret. Tracing the raw materials is basically impossible. Dong Minho's face contorts into a villainous sneer. Excuse me? You've investigated nothing of value? Stit is trembling, terrified. It's not like that, she whines. The finished product is spreading at light speed. If the supply is that high, we just need to track the concentrated demonic energy to find the lab. He pokes her forehead, calling her out. If you knew that, you should have been there ages ago, right? She can't even cap. She spills the truth. Master Bambi told me to stay with you, Lavis. His face goes cold at the name. What, Bambi? You're reporting back to that guy? She's clutching her forehead where he poked her, stuttering, I'm sorry, Master Lavis. I'm just a lowly creature. I had to obey both of you. Dong Minho jams his hands in his pockets, staring her down. Stit choose. Me or Bambi? Who is your real master? She's stuttering, eyes welling up with tears. At this moment, he's giving off straight-up devilish charisma. Pick me, and I'll turn you into something more than just a low-tier NPC. Stit envisions herself as a high-society queen holding a fan and living that luxury life. She bows low, pledging her loyalty. I offer my flesh and blood to you, my lord. Dong Minho flashes a winning smirk. Good. I, Lavis Vindica, officially accept you as my personal subordinate. She looks up at him with pure simp-level devotion. With that, Bambi's shadow is effectively purged from her mind. He smirks, dismissing the thought. Get lost, Bambi. Now let's head to where the blue ribbons are gathered. She responds immediately. Yes, sir, from dusk until the dead of night. She leads Dong Minho to a desolate wasteland packed with suspicious giant cardboard boxes. Stit rushes to a red crate and yells, this is the spot. The blue ribbon's demonic aura is thickest right here. Our Chad MC hits her with the command, quit yapping and open it up. She freezes at the sight of the heavy chains, but Dong Minho isn't about that slow life. He tells her to move aside. He winds up a punch and, boom, smashes through those chains like they're made of wet tissue paper. With the lock shattered, the container doors swing wide open. Stit leans in, sniffing the air to see what kind of cursed loot is inside. Big mistake, both gag and stumble back, hit by a stench so foul it's basically biological warfare. Looking at the mountains of boxes stacked inside, the sight is enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Stit's brow furrows in pure disbelief. All of this is... Dong Minho looks equally unimpressed. Blue ribbon trash, all of it. Suddenly, the vibe shifts as Baka's maniacal laughter echoes across the entire mountain range. He's absolutely ragdolling Ravis, throwing hands while talking smack. My cute, arrogant little nephew, you're still as pathetic as ever. Ravis is just trying to survive while his hands swell up. Getting folded by your uncle is definitely a canon event. Baka steps back, loading up a final soul-crushing blow. If your only reason for existing is being cute, then you might as well just drop dead. Ravis's eyes bug out as he puts his hands up to block, his face turning ghost white from the sheer pressure. Even with his HP hitting critical, Ravis refuses to fold, and Baka actually gives a smirk of approval at the kid's unbreakable aura. Too bad the tough love ends with Ravis getting sent flying off the cliff like a ragdoll. A blood-curdling scream rings out as Ravis plummets thousands of meters to his doom, cursing, you psycho old man. Baka just stands at the edge, looking down while laughing his head off. Is that really how you're gonna go out? Then, the madman actually dives down after him. Ravis hits the ground, trembling and bruised, while the old man sticks the landing like a pro, asking, you dead yet? Ravis gives him a death stare, but their attention is immediately hijacked by something else. Baka points into the distance at a field of blooming flowers, flesh flowers, so they're really here. Ravis scrambles up, eyes wide, transitioning from confused to pure nightmare-fuel fear. When light and shadow are split, no creature can survive on the opposing side. Yet anomalies were born, entities that couldn't be absorbed by either side. Back in the day, the ancients stared down at these mysterious, eldritch abominations in total confusion. These flowers bloomed on human corpses, and the ancients were left scratching their heads, wondering why flora was sprouting out of human flesh. The bodies looked completely soulless, and their only purpose was to devour fallen angels and corrupt demons to pave the way for world destruction. They look deceptively beautiful, but the reality is enough to make your sanity drop to zero. The uncle and nephew stand before a roaring fire, watching the horror burn. Baka crosses his arms with a chilling grin, while Ravis stares into the abyss with a grim expression. Dong Minho plugs his nose and grumbles, they should all been torched back then. Stit nods in total agreement, facts, Demon King, but why are there so many? Seriously, how many crates are packed with these cursed flowers? He turns to her, do you even know how these flowers started popping up in the human realm? Stit just blinks, caught off guard by the lore drop. This is the neutral ground, the mix of light and shadow. The human realm doesn't belong to either side, which makes it a highway for anything. He strokes his chin, deep in thought. History tells us humanity wiped these freaks out eons ago, but then Dong Minho's eyes narrow as he glances behind them. If these things are popping up in both worlds at once, someone is definitely pulling the strings. She furrows her brows, nodding before turning to follow his gaze. Yeah, someone is definitely lurking. Suddenly, a flashlight clicks on, blinding them both. She winces, shielding her eyes from the obnoxious glare. A bunch of NPCs start swarming in, with the leader pointing fingers and shouting like a brainless mob. How dare you show your faces here? Do you even know where you are? Then someone recognizes Stit in panic, shouting for Jin Dihi. Oh hell, it's that Dihi. That toxic queen has finally crawled her way to the tattoo parlor. She realizes it too and whispers to Dong Min-ho, that's her, the legendary Jihi Lord Lavis. Our guy scoffs, stepping up with zero chill. Why are you trashing my shop, and how exactly did you idiots track us down? He couldn't care less about the shop though. He stares at the cardboard boxes. Genie managing this garbage? She lets out a sharp, trashy retort. What's this mouth brother yapping about? So what if I am? Dong Min-ho doesn't skip a beat. Do you even know the source of these ingredients? Jin Di-hee bursts into laughter, clearly unbothered. The source? What are you doing? Trying to gatekeep my business secrets, loser? He sighs, looking beyond annoyed. It's not his circus, but his gaze sharpens with that I'm about to fold you energy. He can't just let this eyesore slide. She reaches into her pocket, looking to pull out some plot-breaking item, sneering. Listen here, you dog. You know what happens if you stir up trouble in front of Yang Mo again, right? She whips out a handful of blue ribbons for her goons to see. This is the special gift they've been drooling over. One of the morons can't even believe his luck. Wait, you're actually giving this to us? Jin Di-hee smirks, the ultimate ego-tripping villain. Shut your hole and eat up. The room goes dead silent, save for the disgusting sound of those four goons chowing down. Dong Min-ho barks an order to his companion. With your current mana levels, you're just dead weight. Go hide. She scampers off instantly. The Demon King is about to start the massacre. After eating, those goons suddenly morph into something else entirely. Their eyes go completely glazed, wearing eerie, predatory smiles that scream, I'm gonna eat you alive. Jin Di-hee doesn't even lift a finger. She just points at him, oozing condescension. Teach this brat a lesson. They dash forward at light speed, vanishing from their spots. Candy wrappers scatter across the floor like trash. They charge in like mindless zombies, thinking there's safety in numbers. Dong Min-ho lets out a cold, mocking laugh, arrogant fools drowning in their own delusions. He isn't scared, he's literally baiting them now. Come and get it. The mana density in the air is absolutely cracked. The brown-haired scrub leads the charge, but Min-ho dodges easily, planting a brutal hook into his gut to floor him. The guy in the back rushes in, screaming like a banshee. Big mistake. Min-ho plants a foot right into his neck, the impact so heavy the guy starts foaming at the mouth. The last one tries to play dirty, sneaking in from a blind spot. But Min-ho has eyes in the back of his head. His reaction speed is top-tier S rank. The guy draws a knife, but he's already been read like an open book. An uppercut from hell sends him flying, lights out. Suddenly, Dong Min-ho pivots, sensing movement. The brown-haired trash is back, desperately lunging to tackle him. He grits his teeth, cursing this absolute low-life, while the villain screams like a toddler despite having his nose turned into a fountain of ketchup. Dong Min-ho gets tossed onto the concrete like he's absolute fodder. The big guy in the back charges in, thinking he's actually him. He tries a knee strike, but our MC's reaction time is just built different, locking down a perfect defense. Shit is peeking from behind the cardboard boxes, sweating bullets while watching the carnage. Lord Lavish Jinhai flashes a smile like he's already won the lobby. The whole mob is acting like they're cracked out, spamming punches like NPCs. Dong Min-ho is strictly on defense, parrying every hit like he's playing on zero ping. He grits his teeth, realizing these losers are hitting way harder than before. Did they eat some premium steroid pack or what? He glances to the right, baits them toward the red drum, and makes them chase him like headless chickens. Dong Min-ho punches straight through a paper bag, yanking out a purple pouch like he's looting an S-tier item. Right before they grab him, he does a spin move and yeets that purple bag into the air. The four charging goons get smoked by the dust, stopping dead in their tracks. They're wheezing like they're about to meet their maker. He grits his teeth, muttering that he absolutely hates this low-tier stim garbage. But his mana is surging, it's getting reckless, it's that blue ribbon stuff overflowing inside Dong Min-ho. One guy can't handle the heat and starts dry heaving, looking ready to lose his lunch. Before he can even process his L, our MC grabs his face and sends him flying into the shadow realm. He gets pinned to the ground and absolutely cooked, no chance of a comeback. Dong Min-ho is going full demon mode, swinging fists with zero chill. One punch, two punches, the brown-haired fraud is spitting blood and hitting the floor unconscious. Some pathetic loser tries to sneak attack, but he dodges that mid-tier play with ease. He grabs the guy's leg and executes a sick takedown, leaving the villain completely stunned. He isn't done yet. He locks that leg in place, ready to shatter his ego and his bones. That guy's foot is officially toast, screaming in agony, but his suffering is just part of the plot. The big brute is too stupid to feel fear and charges in for a literal death wish. But with just one hand, Dong Min-ho delivers a face-flattening blow that leaves him looking like a glitch. The giant hits the deck, and Min-ho is already on his back, hoisting him up like he's nothing. The villain's eyes are glazed over, lost in the sauce, still trying to swing like an NPC. A tiny frame like that just absolutely mogging a giant and pinning him to the floor. Jin Di-hee is backing up, trembling. What in the actual hell is happening? How is he soloing the whole squad? After clearing the lobby, Dong Min-ho finally lifts his head, radiating pure final boss energy. She looked like she'd just seen a literal demon, her face turned paler than a sheet. The look in his eyes now? Straight up predatory, like a monster ready to feast on her soul. Jin Di-hee was shaking so hard she looked like a bug. How is this monster even real? That blood-red glare of his was locked onto her like a heat-seeking missile. In another hall, a tiny girl in a tutu was absolutely owning the stage. The audience was packed to the brim, but Kang Hyunju was hyperventilating, trying to stay zen while her mom's voice echoed from the lounge. That's right, that's my daughter right there. Kang Hyunju. Her mom kept glazing her performance, bragging that her precious girl was destined for the Venus Ballet Company with that mid-tier talent. Yangmu just walked in like he owned the place. Hey, if it isn't our favorite VIP client? She snapped, acting all entitled. Who the hell are you? How dare you peasants barge in here? Don't you know who I am? He just smirked, absolutely mogging her. Peasants? My bad, we're just here to drop off the shipment of blue ribbon. She froze the second she saw that sketchy blue vial. Wait, what? Her eyes bulged out of her skull. She knew exactly what that was. Yangmu just casually took a seat like a total Chad. Why so tense? We handled everything from production to delivery, so just chill. She hesitated, voice trembling. It doesn't have any, side effects, right? He shot her a look of pure, unadulterated contempt. Really? You're asking now? Yangmu glanced at the screen where Kang Hyunju was dancing. You pumped her full of it before she hit the stage, didn't you? Suddenly, her eyes flickered. The elegant movements turned into a manic, high-speed spin. Her mom's eyes went wide. Wait, stop! Blood vessels were popping in the girl's eyes, and she was starting to foam at the mouth, definitely not canon-compliant behavior. Her fingers went rigid, locked in place like a glitchy NPC. Yangmu acted all surprised. Oh damn, the side effects are hitting way faster than expected. Just how many doses did you feed her? Kang Hyunju was moving like a broken marionette now. Her mom jumped up, screaming her lungs out, but the girl couldn't hear a thing. Yuria just froze. On stage, Kang Hyunju was spinning at a speed that defied logic. Then she face-planted into the floor, total L. The audience lost their minds. The entire room was in chaos. What the hell is happening? Why did she fall? The staff rushed the stage to check if she was still breathing. Her mom was covering her mouth, eyes tearing up with regret, but bruh, it's way too late for that. She whipped around to take it out on Yangmu. You bastard, you said there were no side effects. He pulled the ultimate don't blame me move. It's only safe if you follow the dosage, lady. Regardless, her daughter is officially cooked, veins popping, eyes rolling back, shaking like she's about to hit 0 HP. He kept gaslighting her. She'll only stay alive if you keep feeding her more, right? Yangmu went from a simple dealer to holding all the cards. She's hooked for life, and he's officially got his favorite VIP client trapped. She clutched her head and screamed, trying to run from the consequences of her own trash parenting. No! Do you have any idea how much I've invested in her? He smirked with pure malice, totally vibing off the other guy's suffering. Suddenly, his phone starts buzzing like crazy in his pocket. He checks the screen. It's Jinji calling. Instead of picking up immediately, Yu pauses for a sec, looking sus. He's staring at the screen like, what in the actual hell? Jinji looks absolutely terrified. I'm sorry, Yumo. Dong Minho shoves her head aside and stares straight into the camera. Yo, are you the one manufacturing the blue ribbon? Yumo's eyes widened. The NPC just got his main character moment ruined. Judging by that look, I guess you already figured it out. It's you, right? Get your ass over here. Yumo kills the call, his voice dark and commanding, pure villain energy. My bad, folks, we've got urgent business to attend to. That evening, back at the spot where those cardboard boxes turned into a graveyard, Chi looks at the bodies scattered on the floor and asks, why do humans love getting high? Dong Minho keeps it 100, because they're stupid and arrogant. He glances at the blue candy in his hand and scoffs. Even when they're cooked, they still walk around with that main character syndrome, thinking they won't get addicted. They don't believe in anything, just clinging to their pathetic little dopamine hits. Shit jumps back, pointing behind them. Lord Lavis is over there. Jinhai looks like she just saw her savior. Yumo rolls up with his goons, acting like he owns the place. The tattoo shop incident? That was your handiwork too, right? He throws his chin up, not even scared. Looking for me? Dong Minho just points at the box with zero respect. I'm not interested in a fraud like you. Where did you get that stash? He narrows his eyes, scanning the guy like a system analysis. Even for a normal human, that's some heavy lifting. Yumo freezes, his ego taking a massive L. The hell? Did he just call me normal? The look in his eyes shifts. Is this guy actually catching on? Flashback to the past. Drug vials scattered everywhere. What's wrong? Is the old man passed out already? He kicks the frail man, shouting, give me more. The more he kicks, the angrier he gets. What's with this old geezer? He notices the guy is already foaming at the mouth, completely ghosted. Yumo can't believe it. He's dead. He takes his withdrawal rage out on his own father's corpse. Damn it, spent your whole life high just to OD and die? Pathetic. He lets out a frustrated sigh. If you kick the bucket like this, how the hell am I supposed to get my fix? Without a shred of humanity, he starts stomping on the body. Well, how am I supposed to get more, huh? Suddenly, the old man's eyes glow with a cursed light. Yumo freaks out and stumbles back, canon event incoming. Yo, old man, thought you were finally checking out of this server? He didn't answer, just slowly rose up, but that wasn't a human anymore. It was an absolute demon spirit. You sad to see him go? Yangmu wasn't shaking, he just glared back with pure venom. What kind of nightmare are you, you freak? It ignored him and stayed cold. If you're sad, I'll just return him to you. Yangmu laughed like he heard the funniest joke, clutching his chest. Sad? That trash finally bit the dust. Why the hell would I be sad? He screamed like a lunatic. I don't need a garbage father, I just need the stash. The stash? The phantom replied chillingly. Is that so? It held out a flower and commanded, then feed this flesh-eating blossom with his corpse. The phantom started gasping him. Our bond will be built on this, and you'll get exactly what you want. Yangmu grabbed the flower, eyeing the cursed bloom with suspicion. If anyone pops up to deny your loyalty or touch my flower, just execute them. My faith will be your shield. The look in his eyes shifted from junkie to psychopathic demon. That flower in his hand looked like some sort of cursed legendary loot. Yangmu cracked a smile so twisted it was straight up foul. Without a second thought, he shoved that thing into his pop's corpse, painting the ground crimson. Back to reality, Youngmu stared at Dongmin and sneered, "You said I was just a regular NPC?" Our boy mused, instantly connecting the dots. "Looks like you've been putting your faith in something real sketchy." Youngmu didn't even hide it, he was actually thankful. Damn right, he gave me a whole new life. It was exactly as he thought, the guy actually signed a contract with a demon, absolute L. Dongmin cracked his knuckles, unimpressed. "I don't know what kind of garbage you're praying to, but you and that thing are just pathetic." Yongmu's eyes bulged with rage. "How dare you disrespect him?" He barked at his two goons. "Grab him and bring him here." Shit panicked, scurrying to hide. Again with this? Honestly, Dongmin could finish these NPCs in seconds. It's getting boring, let's speedrun this. Then a symphony of screams erupted across the forest. An ambulance was tearing down the road. Once we opened the gate, the order volume just exploded. The blue ribbon is sweeping the entire map. Inside, a woman clutched the drug vial, watching her daughter getting emergency care, survival status unknown. Outside, high schoolers were swiping away on that app. Expanding to VIP status nationwide won't be a problem anymore, right? She grabbed the bottle, totally oblivious to the game-breaking risks. Damn, we're gonna be a global enterprise? Meanwhile, someone's on the floor, tweaking and seizing, like a total bottom-tier addict. The Zon Jun squad was vibing over their stats. I bet Yongmu is already dominating the CN and JP servers. If it's him, nothing's impossible. Limesh just sat there in silence, dead inside. He chewed his nails, spiraling into a guilt trip. Because I coded that app, the drug is spreading way too fast. His face was a total mess, praying to anyone who would listen. "Someone please, just shut this whole thing down." On the other side, those two bodyguards got folded like laundry. Jindahe is tied up on the floor, screaming, "Look, Mr. Yangmu, this guy isn't even human anymore." Young Minho sighs, looking down at him. "Why aren't you coming for me?" Yangmu stays dead silent. He remembers what that shadow told him. If anyone appears to reject your loyalty and discard the true flower, execute them. He pulls out 3 pills from his hand. Yangmu tosses them into his mouth, chewing like a beast. "As you command, Lord Bahir." The girl next to him screams, "Yangmu, I don't think he's just some high schooler. He might be the one making those new drugs." Zhang Minho raises an eyebrow. "What new drugs? Me? You thinking about that?" He freezes mid-sentence, realizing the guy is already right behind his back. With a side eye, Young Minho blocks the punch with pure clean precision. Yangmu isn't holding back either, instantly countering while Young braces for impact. Holy crap, he's fast. He's on a completely different level than those other NPCs. As if reading his mind, Yangmu smirks. "How are you blocking my hits? Did you get blessed by him too?" He states coldly, "He is my god and mine alone." Jung Minho pieces it all together. "Now I get the true flower and this disgusting stench. The god you worship, the one behind all this, it's Bahir, isn't it?" That hit him hard. "What? Dare you speak his name?" Jung mocks him. "He really chose a loser like you. He doesn't even trust anyone." Yangmu loses his mind, raging, "Don't insult the one who saved me." But Jung doesn't even blink. "Oh, he saved you? You must looked pretty pathetic, crawling to him while he was hiding in the shadows like a coward." Yangmu roars, drool flying, "Shut your mouth." He isn't someone you can drag through the mud. The next second, a barrage of punches lands, and Young counters every single one. A lethal killing intent flares in Jung Minho's eyes. Bahir, that bastard is really here in this world. Over in the demon realm, heaps of zombie corpses are piled high. Ravis is going berserk, acting like the coward he is. Some guy is cowering in the corner, shaking like a leaf, listening to the rumors. He only knows how to run away. The light in his eyes is completely dead, pure ice. Young Minho isn't holding back anymore, standing tall with the aura of a king. "Bahir, you scum, where are you hiding?" Youngmu is too slow to realize he's already dead, still trying to act tough. "You dog, you're not allowed to talk about Lord Bahir." He screams as a weird light erupts from his body. Looks like he's undergoing some mid-tier transformation. Young pinches his nose because of the stench. God, that smell is rancid. Youngmu keeps muttering, "Anyone who insults Lord Bahir will be dealt with by me personally." He charges, tackling him and landing a heavy kick straight to the gut. He grabs Young's shirt, pulling him in as he stumbles. In a split second, he hoisted Young Minho up and ragdolled him into the dirt without a second thought. Minho gritted his teeth in agony while Yangmu went absolutely feral, unloading a flurry of fists onto his face. The guy was losing his mind, screaming about the blue ribbon and Lord Bavir like a total fanboy. "Nobody touches my idol. You're cooked, and everything here belongs to me." Minho struggled to hold his ground, thinking this psycho is so juiced up on mana he's lost his damn mind. He's actually trying to kill me. Yangmu let out a final earth-shaking roar, winding up for the finishing move. Minho wasn't about to take the L, so he decided to clap back with his own heat. Stit was trembling in the corner, praying, while Lady Lavis watched Minho take a beating, clearly sweating bullets. "His human vessel has finally reached its absolute limit," she whispered. Stit's inner thought spiraled. If this were the demon realm. She pondered, if he could truly tap into his mana, what would happen? Meanwhile, Banby was watching the chaos unfold. It looked like the Flower of Reality test subject had officially gone off the deep end. I thought with the demon bloodstone in his possession, even in a human shell, Lavis would have no problem keeping the test subject on a leash. Minho braced for the worst, fully expecting his soul to get deleted from existence this time. Baka grilled Banby. "You know what Lavis hates the most?" Banby was confused. "Hate?" Baka explained. "He hates everything. Choosing just one thing is a nightmare." Banby sighed, nodding. "Is it his trashy temper? Wonder who he learned that from?" Baka snapped back. "Don't get snarky with me while wearing that face. I know you're projecting." Banby just looked away, embarrassed. Noticing Banbi's confusion, Baka let out a cold chuckle. He's got a major obsession with anything that isn't clean. Back on the battlefield, it was a classic case of full-blown offense versus desperate defense. Right before the next strike landed, young Minho caught his fist with ease. Filthy, Minho muttered, leaving Yangmu stunned and completely lagging in real life. What the? Minho shouted. I'm done with your absolute stench. He tightened his grip on the villain's hand until the bones groaned. Yangmu yelped in pain and scrambled to let go. Seeing Minho stand up with that much aura, Yangmu was forced to retreat. What the hell? Minho stared at his hand in disbelief. He only used his left hand, and it felt like second nature. It was like a jolt of pure electricity surged through him. It felt exactly like his original body. Minho stared the villain down with the cold, dead-eyed gaze of a true Chad. Yangmu remained visibly tilted, his anger hitting max capacity. Minho's fist ignited in a blaze of fire. I don't want to touch your rancid, pathetic body. Minho wasn't holding back anymore. It was time to end this mid-tier side character once and for all. A heaven-shattering punch landed square on Yangmu's jaw, sending him flying. Yangmu was in total denial. What? How does a trashy brat have this much power? Stit was beaming with joy, seeing the tide turn. Lavish Minho looked down with zero mercy. A brat, you say? No recovery time. MC isn't letting this fraud catch a breath. Yangmu gets rocked backward, and his little side piece fangirl is literally folding in fear. Our villain realizes he's dealing with a tier S threat. Shaking, he asks, who the hell are you? MC tells him to zip it before he loses his teeth. Another massive blow sends Yangmu flying, leaving the onlookers shook at this sudden power spike. The boss explains, Lavis is basically high on that awakening scent. It's hitting different. The way he stands his ground proves he's not just some NPC. Lavis' jest is built different and stays winning. The old man smirks. When fear takes the wheel, the body forces an awaken to that raw, hidden potential. His voice trembling, the subordinate asks, you're saying he can channel demon power through a human vessel? The onlooker's eyes go wide. Even with a demon bloodstone, using nether energy in a human frame should be literal suicide. The boss knew from the jump that Lavis wasn't just some mid-tier civilian. He says it with his chest. Say what you want, but Lavis is the only one worthy of being my heir. Meanwhile, Yangmu is getting absolutely deleted. Zhang Minho walks up like a Chad and warns him, you better thank your lucky stars you're still breathing, loser. MC gives him that cold, thousand-yard stare. I'm sentencing you to a world of pain using nothing but my bare hands. Yangmu is cooked, spiraling. No way, I was blessed by Bavir. How are you doing this? He's scrambling on the floor like a total clown while a sinister, soul-crushing grin creeps onto Yu's face. Turns out, Bavir's blue ribbon blessing got snatched by Minho the second he tried to pop his skill. Sit down and don't try any funny business. MC takes his stance. I'm finishing this, but I'm not going to kill you, not yet. He plants his feet into the ground to build up that insane kinetic energy. Then with zero hesitation, he lunges forward like a missile. The villain's eyes go blank, finally accepting his L. A clean, unblockable fist lands straight on his face, the ultimate face-slapping. Minho checks his knuckles, then shakes them out, totally unfazed. His body is evolving, phasing into the environment like he's merging with the very walls. Minho reaches into his shirt, keeping it cool. He pulls out a cloth to wipe the filth off his face. The stench of that weakling is finally gone. Back at the lab, Limes is staring at the monitor with cold sweat, watching the data spike out of control. No, this isn't it. This isn't the outcome he was aiming for. Flashback to the school setting, the social hierarchy, the fake cliques, and the toxic drama you can't escape. Limes is seen in the corner, chilling and watching others get bullied, just doing the bare minimum to stay off the radar, pretending to be cool with the right people just to survive. The poor kid in the center is bawling his eyes out, classic NPC energy. I just wanted to build a place for people to make real connections. Limes and Dungmin stare at the mob with pure disgust, but he grits his teeth in rage, thinking, I didn't build this to sell stimulants or run some trashy operation. Limes' fingers dance across the keyboard like he's playing an S-tier rhythm game. The lines of code are flying across his screen faster than a speedrunner on crack. While Limes is sweating bullets coding, the NPCs outside are bugging out. What the? My phone is glitching out. Mine too. What the hell is happening? He side-eyes the mob and grinds his teeth. Faster. Come on, load faster. Suddenly, Limes launches himself out of his chair and slams it against the door. That door is now officially reinforced with a piece of furniture. Talk about a low-budget barricade. The NPCs realize they've been played and start smashing the door. Damn it, what is this brat doing? Break the door down. Open this up right now. Limes is sweating buckets while nuking the app. Seonjun screams from the other side, you idiots, stop standing there and break it down. Limes stares at his monitor, praying for a miracle. Come on, please, just a little more. A massive red system alerts pops up on the corner of the screen, panic levels 100. Simultaneously, the goons smash through the glass partition like brainless meatheads. They charge in, absolutely tilted. One of them smacks Limes, and you can tell he's about to go full zero to hero mode on these clowns. What the hell do you think you're doing? The blonde goon sees the screen and loses his mind. He's trying to bankrupt us. The other guy kicks Limes like a total villainous NPC. You little piece of trash. Seonjun is screaming at the blonde guy. Damn it, shut it down. If Youngmu comes back, we're all cooked. Limes is eating floor and catching hands, but he's keeping his eyes on the prize. Just gotta wait for the delete to finish. He spots a shard of glass on the floor. Talk about main character luck. Limes spins around and slashes the blonde guy's leg like he's running a critical hit build. He doesn't hesitate, he's up and sprinting like he just hit a speed buff. Limes grabs a fire extinguisher, ripping the pin out with pure spite. He whips around, aiming that nozzle like it's a legendary weapon, and screams at the top of his lungs. "That's mine, you brainless maggots." He blasts the entire room with fire retardant, turning the goons into blinded NPCs. What the? Damn it, has this kid gone full psycho? The progress bar on the screen is almost at 100%. Let's go! The blue bar hits full capacity. The delete command is officially executed. Lim S watches with teary, determined eyes. I actually did it. Seonjun goes full rage mode and charges him, grabbing Lim S by the throat and tossing the fire extinguisher aside. Seonjun slams him into the ground, screaming, "Tie him up! Get something to restrain him!" Two shadow-like goons emerge from the mist and scramble to obey. Lim S fights back, gasping for air while his internal monologue screams, "No!" He forces his eyes open through the blur of tears. Is this really it? Is this where my story ends? Seonjun glares down at him with pure hatred. "You stupid little brat." A massive silhouette emerges from the fog, voice dripping with pure menace. "You absolute NPCs really thought you could touch my subordinate and walk away?" Songjun turns around, shaking like a leaf. "Wait, what?" A hand lunges out of the darkness and grabs him. "It's over." The two goons whip their heads around, hearing the scream from behind. The blonde one yells out, but it's too late. Minho is literally holding Songjun's blood-soaked head while glaring at the trash. The two goons freak out, screaming, "What the hell, bro? What did you do to him?" Minho doesn't even blink. He tosses the human trash aside and charges at them with pure main character energy. He drops them with a combo so fast, the blonde guy gets turned into a punching bag before he can even blink. Both of them get folded instantly, hitting the pavement hard. Minho looks down at the pathetic display and says coldly, "How dare you lay a finger on my people? Even in death, I wouldn't allow that." Lim C looks up, eyes watering, gazing at Minho. "Minho?" A flashback hits them, back at the porch where they used to hang out. "Minho, look at this. It's an app I coded." Lim C says, "Minho, ever the curious?" Chad asks, "An app?" A UI pops up on the phone screen. "It's for the homies to stay connected. You can share your live location or set up group study sessions if you're close." Minho stares at the screen, genuinely impressed. "That's cracked. You actually built a whole app?" He points to a warning icon. "Yo, what's this button do?" Lim C looks down, eyes sad. "I'm sorry I couldn't do anything back when you got dragged away by those thugs." The look in their eyes is straight up depressing. "I couldn't find you anywhere, so I added this feature just in case." Lim C explains the red button. If you press it, your location pings to your friends list. If this ever happens again, you hit that button. Got it? Lim C looks Minho dead in the eyes and declares, "No matter what, I'll be there. I'll call for backup or gather the squad to save you." Minho lets out a small, rare smile. The two start setting up the app together. "Thanks, I'm downloading this right now." Back to reality, Lim C is still tearing up, looking at Minho. Minho just holds up his phone, eyes cold. "You're the one who sent the signal, right?" Lim C is sobbing now. "You actually got my notification." The app UI is glowing on the screen. Tears are streaming down Lim C's face. They drop to their knees, overwhelmed with gratitude.
Minho.
Lim C bows down, trembling with relief. "Thank you so much." Back in the alley, the vibe is chaotic. "Damn it, why is this guy so strong? Let me go." Stit is pinning Jinhee's arms back, looking annoyed. "Yo, stop squirming. You're making this difficult." Stit turns her head to look at Minho and gasps, totally shocked. Jinhee sees the opening and bolts for her life, and Stit screams, "Hey, get back here!" Minho just stops her, calm as ever. "Let her go. She's irrelevant now." He looks up at the building behind them, thinking, looks like all their base of operations is about to be cooked. A massive fire is blazing out of control, and it's not dying down anytime soon. Firefighters and cops rush the scene, screaming, "The fire is spreading. Contain it before this whole place turns to ashes." A firefighter suddenly pipes up, "That's everything." Inspector Zheng jumps out of his skin as he glances at the three corpses chilling under a tree. Her eyes widen in pure shock. That blonde dude cooked. His face is a literal puddle of blood. Bro's eyes aren't even functional anymore. Talk about a massive skill issue. Dung Minho, Lim Sen, and Stit just stroll away like they're grabbing a coffee. Absolute Chad energy. Lim S stops dead in his tracks and throws a glance back. Stit is out here humming and skipping like he didn't just commit a felony. Meanwhile, Dung Minho is low-key fuming. "Wait, am I getting played by this dude?" He scowls at the sky, inner monologue going, "Just wait till I get back, you're catching these hands." The streets are pitch black, lights out. Back at the crib, Scheck checks out and Ho's wounded hand. "You sure you don't need a hospital?" "Nah, too much of a hassle." Lim S flashes a grateful smile. "Thanks, I sent that SOS as a Hail Mary. Didn't think you'd actually show up." Minho has a sudden wait-a-minute realization moment. He's about to say it was a total coincidence, but Stit mutes him before he can even drop the cringe. "You were really about to say it was just a coincidence, weren't you?" On the road, Jinji is dragging Stit by the collar like a piece of trash. "This the way to your hideout? You lie to me, and you'll end up looking like those losers back there." She sneers. "You're doing all this just for your friend Lim S? You're really throwing your life away for him?" Minho clocks it instantly, going into psychological warfare mode. "Hold up, you guys are holding Lim S captive? No wonder I haven't seen him at school lately, the #1 slave." Jinji is tilted, snapping back. "What? If it's not for your friend, then what is your actual motive, huh?" Minho's phone dings with a notification. Stit whispers to him, "Boss, never say the word coincidence here. Human relationships don't work like that, you NPC." Minho stares at him, annoyed. "You haven't just been living here for a year or two before heading back to the demon realm, right?" Lim S looks at him with eyes full of pure adoration. To this student, Lord Lavis is basically his SSS tier savior. He turns to the girl, confused. "Wait, remind me, who's that again? Him? Just a minion. Goes by the name Stit." Lim S is shell-shocked, brain buffering. Could it be Minho? He can't hold it in anymore. Hey Minho, can I ask you something? The way you changed overnight and now you've got this weirdly dressed sidekick? Lim S bites his tongue, praying his theory is wrong. He looks down, thinking, I knew it, Minho joined some shady cult or criminal organization. Please tell me he's not mixed up with the wrong crowd. Minho senses Lim S is catching on. In the future, his minion is going to be a magnet for trouble. Can't hide the truth forever. He hits him with the truth bomb. You guessed it, pal. I'm a son of the great demon king from the demon realm, Lavis Vindica. Lim S is just standing there with a massive, completely lost. Since the cat's out of the bag, I guess this is it. Now that you know, you're working for me. Lim S is still lagging. Son of the demon king? Are you high or just delusional? Then something makes him look down and his blood runs cold. So that's the cat that made him scream like a total NPC. Minho sees the setup and realizes she's trolling, but he's too lazy to explain, so he just tells the cat to do the heavy lifting. Yo, explain it to him. I'm literally exhausted from all that fighting. Stit, in his cat form, deadpanned. Fine, listen up, kid. Keep your ears open because I'm only saying this once. Lim S is trembling, literally frozen in place and starts screeching, What? A talking cat? Cut to the scene where Yang Mu is tied up in the back of the car. Detective Cha drops the bomb. Everything is incinerated. We're moving out now. Look at this fraud's face. He's straight up spiraling in regret. That bastard. I could killed him, right? I should have just ended him. Suddenly, a mysterious, edgy character steps out of the shadows. Who's this? We're in a restricted area, and this is Bavir the villain. He reaches out, grabs Detective Cha by the face, and silences him. The detective hits the deck, and the villain stalks toward Han Yang. You poor little thing, you look absolutely pathetic. Seeing Bavir, Han Yang starts acting like a rabid dog. Lord Bavir, please, I'll kill that bastard myself. Bavir doesn't even blink, hitting him with that cold main character energy. Talk while we walk. Meanwhile, Inspector Sun is deep in thought inside the forest. We just got word that all distribution hubs are locked down. Who the hell is pulling these strings? She's clutching the bag of drugs, thinking, this junk is even FDA approved? This goes deep. She grips the bag until her knuckles turn white, pure rage in her eyes. These scumbags are literally feeding this poison to literal students. Detective Cha is crawling off the ground, clutching his head like his brain is glitching. She rushes over, panicked. Detective Cha, are you okay? Wheezes back car. Check the car first. And just like that, Hana has vanished. She's completely caught off guard. No way, she mutters, spiraling into total confusion. What the actual hell? Where did that loser disappear to? Back at the school where Bavir is holding court, Han Young is groveling on the floor. Lord Bavir, please, just one more chance. He's straight up unhinged now, screaming, just give me more of the drug. With one more dose, I'll definitely take his head. Bavir picks up one of the flowers from the pile that just got torched and speaks with zero chill. Do you have any idea how much that burned inventory was worth? The ground is littered with bodies being consumed by these cold purple flowers. Do you realize how much effort I put into harvesting these human gardens? He stares at the flower like it's the last rare item in the server. Humanity is just straight up trash, never trust a single one of them. My precious flowers. Han Young is terrified, begging for his life. Just one more chance, I swear, I'll take that bastard out. Bavir doesn't even let him finish. He shoves the flower right through the guy's eye, sending him into a world of pain. My eyes, Bavir just looks down. Zero remorse. Remember that blood oath you swore to me? He drops the final insult. If you want to prove your loyalty, let these flowers bloom right out of your own body. Meanwhile, Jinhee is tearing the room apart, looking for an exit strategy. Damn it, I need to survive this. If I can just snag the wallet, I can ghost this place for good. She's frantically searching every corner. Where the hell did they stash it? I pull up to the office, but the cops are already crawling all over the place. Before I can even blink, some bottom-tier NPC shows up looking like a total glitch, saying, just here for a look-see, didn't expect to find you here. Jinji's aura immediately hits rock bottom. She's shaking like a leaf. Who the hell are you? This is actual insanity. Why are you griefing me right now? This fraud is radiating major incel energy. I'm cooked because of you. Hand over the blue ribbon now. She's clenching her teeth, looking like she's ready to throw hands. You absolute psycho. How many mana pills did you chug to get this tweaked out? She grabs a wooden plank from the corner and goes full berserk on him. You dogshit creep. What hole did you crawl out of? The swing connects, but he doesn't even flinch. He just swats her down like a fly. He's stuck on repeat, glitching out. Damn it! The blue ribbon, give it to me. Then he goes full villain arc, manifesting a cursed black aura that locks onto the blue ribbon. The blinding, demonic energy traps her. She's completely paralyzed, zero movement allowed. She's sobbing now, absolute tears of terror. I don't want to die like this, not today. Out of the black smoke emerges Ban B, dropping the line. Lavis is going to be so annoyed if you mess this up. Jinji is too panicked to even register who it is. She's just spamming the help button. Who? Someone? Anyone? Save me. Please. Ban B hits her with that cold, emotionless villain Riz. Sorry, I'm not that much of a simp. Besides, you've already got a reservation in hell. Just embrace your canon event, okay? She's broken, sobbing like a toddler. Hell? You're sending me to hell? Then Ban B drops a smile that would give anyone nightmares. But don't worry, your body is still useful in the human realm, specifically in Inus's territory. Welcome home, my little brother. Bakan is definitely cooking up some shady schemes. Ever since he yeeted Lavis to the human world, the big sis has been giving him the ultimate death stare. How dare you use my son as a pawn? Bakan smirks, clearly enjoying the drama. Only just realized, sis. He keeps yapping to calm her down. No need to stress. Lavis is all grown up now. You think I just send him out there unprotected? I already slotted a blood demon stone into his build. She absolutely loses her mind. What? A blood demon stone? You've officially lost the plot. Do you want the whole world to know the Demon King's son is solo leveling in the human realm? He's too lazy to even defend his playstyle. Sis, why don't you just trust Lavis for once? She keeps it ice cold. It's not about trust, it's about the servers lagging and the world state being trash. Even the smallest crack in the code could cause a total server wipe, she adds. The world is that unstable right now. Bakken just mogs her concern. Lapis is built different. He's just as bloodthirsty as me and his combat stats are way above the meta. She grabs him by the hair, ready to end his career. You little trash, that is the problem. If so much as a single pixel of Lavis's soul gets scratched, you and I are both cooked. Got it? Bakken is catching heat and starts whining like a man-child. I'm not a kid anymore, stop hitting my head. Banby, search every grimoire in the library, find a way to banish all the annoying older sisters in existence. Banby is over it. Shut up. I didn't ask for a brain-dead younger brother. Can you two just stop acting like NPCs for 1 second? She yanks his hair again. Banby just thinks it's a total miracle that Lavis managed to grow up at all in this toxic tier family. Cut to the scene where Dong Minho H and Lim S are chilling, where he's still reeling from the shock, forced to ask, "So wait, are you actually a demon for real?" Jung Minho replied, "Humans really do call us that. Stid is absolutely thriving right now, literally fangirling over being included in the US. Lim S is shaking in her boots. "Now that I know the truth, am I going to hell when I die?" Claps back. "Hell is right here, baby. Come with me to the demon realm, and no one will ever lay a finger on you." Flexing his villainous aura, he drips pure menace. As the sole successor to the great Demon King, I, Lavis, am your master. Wait, hold up, the kid is already spamming the decline button. I don't need protection, keep your creepy realm away from me. Seeing the kid terrified, he shifts into major troll mode. Try backing out again, and I'll pluck your friend's eyes out and suck on them like lollipops. Lim S, shivering, asks, so what actually happened to the real Minho? Stit, currently rocking that cat form Riz, answers, was basically scripted to die. Canon event, honestly. Only bodies like his can serve as a vessel for a real powerhouse. Lim S just shuts her eyes, looking absolutely shattered. No way, why did Minho have to die? Young Minho just shrugs, unbothered. Don't be so gloomy. We'll all be meeting up in the demon realm in a few decades anyway. Lim S is completely defeated, just trying to process the trauma. So, it's confirmed I'm going to hell? Seeing her mood, he turns to Stit. Humans have such useless imaginations. The demon realm is actually a vibe, right? She plays along, voice dripping with terrifying sweetness. Oh, totally. Our home is just overflowing with the scent of fresh blood and beautiful screams. Lim S is officially at max level panic. Please, stop. Young Minho looks at Lim S and drops the lore. You've got a long way to go before you reach that ending. Keep acting normal, and for the love of God, keep your mouth shut about this. Trembling Lim S replies, "We yes." Young Minho starts walking off, muttering, "Damn, my body is feeling the backlash again. I'm heading out." Stit chirps from the shadows, "Wait for me, Lord Lavis." Jung Minho is totally cooked, head pounding. Ugh, did I really burn that much energy from the Blood Demon Stone? Suddenly, Young Minho pops out of nowhere, beaming with a cake. "Big brother, happy birthday." Minho is stunned. "Wait, it's my birthday today?" Minhei giggles. "Mom and I worked so hard on this since yesterday. Don't blame me if it tastes like trash." She puts a party hat on him and says, "Mom and Dad will be home soon." She whips out the camera. "All right, let's start with a birthday selfie." Jung Minho notices something off about her face, though. She laughs it off with an excuse. "Oh, just some bullies bothering an old lady with a cart, so I stepped in. It was nothing, just being a bit extra." He's deep in thought, helping people when you're this weak? Weird flex. She scoops a spoonful of cake toward him. "Whatever, you're definitely starving. Eat up." He takes a bite and man, it's like he's tasting god-tier cuisine. What is this? White, soft, and sweet. What is this flavor? Just when the vibes were at an all-time high, young Tae-sik storms in like a raging bull. "Damn it," he's stomping in, absolutely furious. "Find out where those bastards who egged me live. I'm going to wipe them all out." His lackey scramble to answer, "Yes, sir." He loses his mind and punches a subordinate. "No, I should kill you first. You couldn't even stop something so basic from happening?" His wife rushes over to de-escalate. "Honey, please stop it." He shoves her aside, shouting, "Get off me." Young Manhwa sees the situation going south and rushes to stop him. "Please stop. Mom didn't do anything wrong." He roars at her. "What?" He spots the birthday cake, his voice dropping into pure hateful bass. "What the hell is this? Your father is getting egged during his campaign, and you're sitting here eating cake." The old man shoves her aside, barking, "What kind of absolute garbage are you?" Seething with rage, he sweeps the cake off the table. "If I'm your father, do you think this trash is even worth swallowing?" The mom tries to de-escalate like an NPC. "Honey, please, it's Minho's birthday today." He snaps, "A birthday? You're really choosing now to act up?" He storms toward the door, leaving behind a family atmosphere that's straight up suffocating. Min loses his cool. "That was my cake. How dare your crusty hands touch my stuff?" The mom collapses, sobbing. "I'm so sorry, my babies. I'm so sorry." Minho comforts her. "Mom, stop. You didn't do anything wrong." Minho glares at Dong Tae-sik with pure hate. This guy is a straight-up delusional clown. Meanwhile, back at the office, Dong Tae-sik is hitting peak rage. That absolute fraud Yu Mu didn't even send the cash and ghosted us. Where's that rat hiding? He grinds his teeth. "If we want even one photo op with Congressman Park, we gotta grease the wheels." "Damn that Yu Mu." His lackey cowers. "I'll do my best to track him down, sir," his hand tightening into a fist. "It's infuriating that we have to simp for a loser like that just to boost my ratings. Everyone around me is acting like pure landfill trash." A lackey rushes in, sweating bullets. "Sir, a video of Minha is going viral right now." He demands, What video?" He watches the clip, his eyes narrowing. Show me that right now. In the video, Manhwa is filming the bullies. Hey, I've got all of this on camera. Cut it out. The bully screams. Who the hell are you, you psycho brat? Back off. She bites back. Why are you bullying an old lady, you absolute degenerates? The thug rages, you little witch. Bystanders chime in. Hey, just stop it already. Damn it, what are you looking at? Let's go, you dog. Manhwa approaches the grandma. Are you okay, ma'am? The grandma replies, voice trembling with gratitude. Oh, thank you, child. Dong Tae-sik watches the footage. So, Manhwa did this? His lackey grins. Yes, sir. If we out her as your daughter, our approval ratings will skyrocket. The comment section is absolutely popping off, and Tae-sik looks like a predator who just smelled blood. Is that so? He watches the video again, calculating. This could actually craft the perfect PR image. Manhwa freezes, feeling the vibe shift in the worst way possible. But the drama hits a breaking point when Tae-sik slaps his wife across the face. What? You're leaving? You ungrateful brat, forgetting who fed you. Make all the noise you want, but you aren't taking Minho or Minha anywhere. Their names are tied to my family register, whether you like it or not. Minho's mom is shaking like a leaf, begging for mercy, but Tae-sik is pure evil. Go ahead, try leaving. See how long you survive without a single cent to your name. Manhwa can't take his pathetic cruelty anymore and screams. Grandpa gave those things to us. They aren't yours, you thief. Tae-sik sneers, just like your pathetic mother. So naive. You want to know the key to survival? Once I get my hands on something, it's mine for life. Write that down, my dear daughter. Minhwa's expression darkens. She's forced to pivot against this walking red flag. Fine, I'll take the deal. Her eyes narrow into slits as she stands her ground. I'll do it, but under one condition. If I make the money, it goes under my name. That's my only condition. Minha's gaze hardens into diamond-level resolve. I will save Mom and my brother from this absolute monster. Suddenly, Tae-sik lets out a sinister laugh. A condition? Sure, Minhwa. That's only fair. Your hard work is your own business. Han Yongdu smirks from the corner. It's a deal then. Should we sign the contract right now? Chairman, please take care of Minha. She's more precious to me than my own life. Minha's mother couldn't hide her anxiety, her face pale as she whispered, Minha, are you sure about this? But our girl just served pure confidence, locking eyes with her mom. Trust me just this once, Mom. Thank you for looking out for me, sir. Minho watched her stunned. He was literally speechless at her newfound aura. Cut to the dark side, a car speeding through the night. Han Yongdu is looking absolutely unhinged, rambling, the more I look, the more perfect she is. My new vessel, the face, the eyes, the kind of purity you just don't see in this trash era. Mother absolutely loves everything about her. Hanny, sitting right there, narrowed her eyes with pure savage energy. But that Minho guy, he gives off major red flags. The boss lady turned her head, asking, Hansu, what do you think? Hansu didn't even blink, deadpan. Minha's brother, there's something not human about him. Hansu's eyes went cold, exhausted by the mere existence of commoners. He's definitely not one of us. Han Yongdu's face twisted into a grin. If Hansu says he's an outsider, maybe he's a tracker from the demon realm. Hanny leaned in, thirsty for blood. Want me to delete him for you? But the boss just waved her off. Chill, we don't need a canon event of failure right now. Just observe. Minha is the priority. Hanny fumed, literally vibrating with rage. That guy's stare. I want to tear him apart. Han Yongdu stroked her hair, soothing her like a villainous queen. Patience. The moonless night is coming. Once we finish the ritual and Minha is mine, you can do whatever you want with that little rat. Hanny curled up on her lap like a pampered pet, eyes wide. Promise, you swear? The boss chuckled, petting her head. It's a gift for my favorite son, I promise. Suddenly, Hansu speaks up. Then what about Mara? Han Yongdu's eyes went wide. What? Mara? Hansu, don't you dare mention that name again. I am Han Yongdu. No, I have been reborn into Minha. No Demon King, no 12 dark seats. Nothing can stop me this time. I am not failing again. Time skipped to the next morning. Minho stands in front of a massive, towering building. She's giving serious main character energy, heart-pounding but whispering to herself, I can do this. She straightens her back and struts in like she owns the place. Inside, a voice booms, attention everyone, let's welcome the newest addition to our family. Minha Han Yu drapes an arm over her, bragging. You've seen her on the socials, right? Minha is officially the center for our new group, Zara. Hyan, standing in the back, is clearly tilted. Chairman, isn't this too sudden? I've been grinding as the center for years. The chairman didn't even flinch, just gave a mid-compliment. You did great, Hyan. Now, support Minha as her partner. Han Yongdu turned to leave without a second glance. Do your best, Minha. She politely bowed. Yes, ma'am. The door clicked shut, sealing the tension inside. Immediately, Hyan went full toxic mode. Using your daddy's connections? Oh, what's that? The mayor's candidate's daughter? Must be nice to be a nepo baby. You stole the center spot I bled for 4 years to get? Didn't you say you wouldn't sign if you weren't center? Minho stood there, trembling, trying to keep her cool. Not bad, but before she could finish, Hyan slapped the taste out of her mouth. You're nothing. Hyan's face twisted into a malicious smirk, leaning in to threaten her. Let's see how far those connections get you, honey. Minho just stared back, eyes icy, not saying a single word. Her hand hovered near the cheek where the claw mark was just freshly carved by Hyan. Meanwhile, Hanwi-do had slipped away into another room. She strolled in just in time to catch her son Hanwi losing his mind with excitement. This is cracked. Mom, I'm actually losing it. He spotted her and instantly pivoted. Mom, look at this. Leaving her confused. What is it? As he pointed at the screen, buzzing with glee. Heian just clawed Minaha's face. Look at that blood. Just look at it. The scene on the screen turned deathly silent, an awkward vibe radiating through the room, but Hanidu was already grinding her teeth, muttering, that little pest is absolute bottom-tier trash. Her face twisted into a vein-popping rage as she snarled, "How dare she scar my precious vessel?" Cut to another scene where chatter echoed through the air. "So Minha is about to debut? That's a huge play. Nock is legit famous, right? If she plays her cards right, she could literally rule the human world." Limes clocked the girl in front of him and chirped, "Damn, look at you acting all high and mighty." She laughed, full of toxic confidence. "I've been living in this human world for 200 years, you know?" On the flip side, Dung Minho just crossed his arms, eyes half-lidded, and drawled, "If that's what the kid wants, it's got nothing to do with me. But that chairwoman and her spawn, they're giving me a headache. Zero demonic energy, yet they didn't even flinch at my glare. There might be some demons playing NPC in the human world." Sit went into try-hard mode, slowly pointing out the facts. "Demons who've been hiding here for ages have mastered the art of masking their aura. Better stay low-key. Even you, Aries, quit acting like a loose cannon with Minho's body." Even he had to agree with the common sense. "Facts, Minho, nobody likes that cringeworthy glare of yours." He narrowed his eyes, voice dropping into a cold, steady tone. "Suspicious or not, even without the aura, I'd sniff out a demon in a heartbeat." Limes, barely paying attention, looked away and whispered a troll, "Even though you can't even find a snack." That sent Dung Minho into a full-blown rage, pointing at him. "Shit! Drag this brat back to the demon realm. Throw him in the hellish training camp." She cheered, hyped up. "Understood, my lord," while he shouted, "Stop threatening me. I know you can't just walk in and out of there." Still fuming, he muttered to himself, "Can't even use the demon bloodstone, right? Even the stray dogs are mogging me. Shit. Did you find a way to recover the power from the bloodstone yet?" She narrowed her eyes, eager to please. "Yes, my lord. Just as ordered, I found the way to restore Dravis's demonic power." Dung Minho crossed his arms, satisfied, and commanded, "Good. I'll reclaim my strength. You go shadow Han Yongdu and those twins, along with our #1 servant." Lim S stood there lagging. "Wait, I'm a servant?" Cut to a silhouette creeping through the dead of night. Hyan was walking, wiping her tears, voice trembling with pure salt. This wasn't supposed to happen after 4 years of prep. Suddenly, the metallic ring of a long blade cut through the silence. The presence loomed behind her, making her jump out of her skin as she whirled around. "Who's there?" Standing right there was none other than Han Su, rocking a deadpan expression with a sharp blade in each hand. The scene made Hyan tremble like a leaf. "Sister, what's wrong? What did I even do?" "Wait, if this is about Minha, I'm sorry. I just lost my cool for a second." Even as she pleaded with watery eyes, her pupils suddenly dilated into pinpricks. Without a single word, Honshu swung her blade straight at her. Red spray painted the walls like a horror flick. She didn't even drop a "my bad," she just muttered, "Why on earth would you slap that girl in the face?" Then she walked away without looking back, ignoring the severed head as she finished. "That's the one thing Mom hates the most." As two figures walked through the quiet night, their chatter filled the air. "Yongdu, don't come home too late, Mom's worried. Dad bought chicken for you two and is on the way back. I can't just sit at home waiting. You're so cute. Are you sure this is what the kids actually want? Or maybe his beloved wife is just craving a midnight snack?" But vibe check failed. Creeping behind them is a hairy monster that looks like it crawled straight out of a cursed nightmare. Cut to a high-end luxury apartment building, peak NPC housing. Han Yong-do is mid-slumber when she starts twitching and making some truly sus struggling noises. Her eyes flutter open and she's barely conscious, totally clueless that she's cooked. Suddenly, that hairy freak is hovering over her like a creep, whispering, "I love this body," and she's out here screaming, "Who the hell are you?" The monster doesn't even respond, just straight up attacks. She's gagging while he growls, "Shut your mouth, I'm gonna crush you humans into dust." "Don't worry about the kids, I'll raise them real nice. See, I really needed a baby." Even though her body's being hijacked, her motherly instinct kicks in, gasping out, "Yo, no, my child." The monster doesn't even hesitate, he just starts slithering right into her mouth. In a matter of seconds, he's fully inside, sinking into her throat like a glutton. He immediately takes full control of her body and starts cackling like a total lunatic. Her husband wakes up, still half asleep, and asks, "What's that noise, babe?" But he immediately senses the aura is way off and stammers, "Honey." And just like that, the apartment window slams shut. The monster-possessed Yongdu grabs him by the throat, and the guy is panic mode. "Babe, what are you doing?" She just gives him the most disgusted look. "You actually think you're a husband? You look so bottom tier. Why would I ever settle for a trash mob like you?" The husband finally realizes something is seriously wrong and screams, "Who the hell are you?" She just tosses him aside like a piece of trash and says, "Why do you care?" Turns out he's free-falling from the high-rise balcony. "No, Yongdu." The sound of crunching bones hits the pavement, followed by the classic red splash. The monster inhabiting Yongdu isn't even feeling a hint of remorse, he's just caressing the baby bump. His face goes full psycho mode as he confirms, "This body belongs to me now." Flash forward to the hospital room where a blood-curdling roar echoes through the halls. Han Yongdu is thrashing on the bed, screaming, "Damn it, it hurts," as the doctors are sweating, trying to cope. "Mom, please, calm down." She isn't having any of it, screeching, "Shut up and get this filth out of me. Drag it out before I kill every single one of you." This is all that bitch Enos's fault. After the birth, the doctors look at the result and are straight up traumatized. What is happening? The two babies open their eyes, one red, and the staff is shook. This is literally impossible. Time skipped to the middle of the night. Yongdu is back to a slim build, but she's still trashing her own body, calling it sluggish. Probably just post-birth recovery. "Look at this nasty belly fat. When is this garbage gonna disappear?" Meanwhile, the two creeps in training just stare up at her, whispering, "Ma." She just kicks one of them away and rants. Hey, if you stole your mother's mana, you better pay me back. How long are you planning on crawling around like a loser? Grow up fast and protect me until I find a vessel that can actually hold my soul's full hatred. The scene shifts to a chaotic crowd. Honestly, she's mourning her dead husband, but isn't this performance a bit too extra? There's a limit to grief, and let's be real. She's not the Youngdu we used to know. And what about the kids? She won't even show their faces, and word on the street is she's never even home. Talk about a total shift from when she was obsessed with being a mom. But Han Youngdu ignores the whispers, locking eyes with the guy in front of her like, "You work at the TV station, right? So, I'm sure you know plenty of cute, fresh-faced kids, don't you?" The poor dude is visibly sweating, caught off guard by the sheer aura radiating off this woman. Then she leans in, dropping her voice to a lethal, slow whisper. Well, you see, but before he can finish, his head just flops onto her shoulder. Total NPC behavior. She just smirks, playing the mastermind. Ineos, this hellhole is crawling with youth and beauty. I'm gonna collect them all like Pokemon. Han Youngdu recalls the memory of that woman and swears on her life. One day, I'm going to end you with my own two hands. Back to reality, where Han Youngdu is dropping fake tears to the police. Inspector Hyen is the center of the upcoming debut group. Pure talent, total main character energy. The inspector asks if the victim had any beef with colleagues or a stalker, and Youngdu just fake cuffs, acting all sus. The inspector asks if she's okay, but the chairman just starts dry heaving like her stomach is rejecting reality. Suddenly, Hanwei steps in, playing the shield. Inspector, let's wrap this up. The chairman treats her like a daughter. She's clearly traumatized. Han Shu chimes in too, the ultimate wingman. Why don't you go interview the other trainees instead? The inspector isn't buying it, but she stands up anyway. Right, I understand. I'll take my leave. The inspector walks away, but she's throwing side-eye glances that could kill. The door slams shut. And Han Youngdu? Yeah, she's definitely not okay. She freezes up. She hurls a massive glowing pile of neon green sludge. And inside that mess, maggots wiggling around, absolute nightmare fuel. She screams, livid, that damn inspector, poking around like a rat. Don't you know how much I paid for these people? What are the higher-ups even doing? Han Yibo's keeping that obedient son act up. Mother, he'll stop eventually. That logic doesn't help. She's losing it. My body is rotting. I'm running out of patience. How dare that brat Hyen leave a scar on my vessel? Yet he doesn't even flinch, hugging her rotting frame. Mother, why stress? I'll have Dong Minha's body ready for you soon. Just chill. Hearing that, Han Youngdu snaps back. Right, Suya, start the plan already. Then, the room fills with the kind of calculated talk that screams evil mastermind. You've all heard about Hyen. Some crazy psycho attacked her in broad daylight. This world is full of lunatics attacking a high schooler like that. I'm worried sick about your safety, so starting tomorrow, we're moving into the dorms. Get your stuff and get to work. Dong Min, being the only one with a brain cell, questions it. Dorm life, is that really necessary? Han Yi ignores the hesitation and leans in with that creepy energy. Is there a reason you can't? Don't you know idle dorms are mandatory? Just become one with my vision. She's panicking now, thinking, but if I'm not home, my mom and brother, but Hanu interrupts, clearly done with her stalling. You sure have a lot of demands. If you can't handle it, then I'll, and he immediately pivots to keep her in check. Yo, Yan, that's 1 star on your delusional meter. What exactly are you planning? Touch her face and leave even a single scratch, and mommy's gonna make sure you don't see tomorrow. Manhwa, you with me? Our boy is whipped for Heian. She's emotionally fragile right now, so stop being a toxic sister and just follow the script. The chairwoman will handle your parents, so pack your bags and meet here tomorrow. We clear? The two girls next to Dong Minha look terrified, but they just nod. Yes, Minha just keeps her head down, mind spiraling. Living in the dorms was already stressing her out, but now even he is acting different. Switching POVs to the night shift. Dong Minho watches Lim S struggling with a baby weight barbell. Pathetic. That's what you call training. My shackles are getting stronger. I can suppress mana users, but if a high-tier beast shows up, yeah, that's gonna be a rough GG. That scumbag Ban B, if he's gonna use me as a pawn, the least he could do is teach me how to control this demonic bloodstone. Flashback, back when he was just rotting in bed, kicking his feet like a menace, Ban B wrote a letter to his bestie Lavis. Since you're still weak as hell, I'm gifting you 2 power-ups. Gift number 1, the manual for the demonic bloodstone. It was originally a mana suppression collar for inmates, but I modded it. It now links your lingering soul's mana directly to your physical body. Absolute hack. So that power only unlocks when the stone shatters. My own eye has to get smashed for it to work. Talk about a high-risk, high-reward meta. And gift number 2, I'm sending that kid to you. My bad, bro. Love you. Take care of them for me. Banby looks at his letter, satisfied. Done. Now Lavis just needs to read this, get good, and reclaim his peak form. Lavis? More like Elvis. Dong Minho rips the letter to shreds. Does he think he can play me like a toy? I'll tear him apart before he even gets close. That trash Banby, he didn't even get to read it. Or maybe the secret was hidden in the parts he destroyed. Suddenly, Stit in cat form sprints over. Master Lavis, we've got a massive problem. Limes is just staring, confused. Why is the cat running on 2 legs? Meanwhile, our MC just sighs. What is it now? She's gasping for air, reporting on Han Yongdu and the twins. They're in trouble. It's Mara, the chairwoman. Han Yongdu. She's actually Mara. He's standing there, totally lost. Wait, who the hell is Mara? The greedy witch. One of the 12 demon chairs. Looks like Maravelius is wearing a human skin suit and living among us. Dong Minho just smirks, his aura turning ice cold. He looks over, his lips moving, whispering something under his breath. We cut to a fancy party. A bunch of NPCs are glazing the hell out of Lady Enos. Oh, Lady Enos, you're the literal goddess of the demon realm. Such grace, even when you're silent. How can one person be this top tier? She doesn't even have the decency to be humble. To keep lips looking this good, you must learn to keep the truth hidden. Noble woman simps hard. True queen energy. Every word is pure poetry. You're only this beautiful because you speak the truth. Everyone is basically begging for scraps of attention. I'm teaching my daughter the art of bowing just so she can serve you, Lady Enos. I want her tongue to be as sharp as a blade and her manners as refined as yours. Ines doesn't hesitate to play the benevolent goddess. She reaches out, acting all graceful. I understand. I shall bless your daughter with the silver tongue. They lose their minds with gratitude. Thank you so much, Lady Ines, but from the shadows, Maravellius just scoffs. What a load of absolute garbage. The side character Bootlicker tried to soothe her. Lady Vel, you look absolutely stunning today, my queen. She gave the girl a side eye, smirked with pure main villain energy, and spat, thanks. I'll bless your daughter too. May she drown in her own desires and die in agonizing pain. That toxic flex was so vile, the girl literally had to cover her mouth to stop from gagging. Maravellius stared at Aeneas with pure jealousy, seething, just wait, you little brat, I'm not done with you yet. Aeneas snapped back to reality as Street explained with a dead serious face, Lady Marivelle is officially out for blood against Lady Aeneas. Dung Minho, hearing the tea, just folded his arms and gave the ultimate mid-take. She's been trashed since she was a kid, Mom. Obviously, she doesn't care about anything. Right after hitting the 12 Black Thrones rank, she got caught stealing from the Soul Abyss and bailed to the human realm to turn it into a living hell. Lim S, completely lost in the lore, chimed in. But why is the witch targeting Minha? Do you think she knows about Ravis? He didn't even look back, just muttered, doubt it. If she knew, we wouldn't have been this peaceful for so long. Besides, I'm way too underleveled to fight her right now, and that other pair is definitely sus. Steve, currently in cat form, put his paws on his hips and declared, time to juice up the bloodstones, I'm on it. Her eyes gleamed with straight-up villainous intent as she plotted, Phase 1, chaos in the neighborhood. The scene shifts to the bustling chaos of the local supermarket. Dung Minha and her mom were shopping, but her mom couldn't stop the nagging. Minha, you can quit if you want. Things have been getting sketchy since you started working, I'm low-key terrified. She saw the fear in her eyes and tried to calm her down. It's fine, Mom. Manager Ann said the culprit is getting clapped soon. It was just a random psycho. Her mom's brows furrowed even deeper, but I thought you always wanted to be a vet. Fate, being the ultimate NPC, decided to drop them right in the middle of the pet food aisle. That left Dung Minha spiraling. To actually chase that dream, she'd need a literal eternity. I need to get Mom out of this hellhole ASAP, she thought, gripping the shopping cart with MC-tier determination. She turned to her mom, putting on her best fake smile. Mom, opportunities like this don't just happen. Dreams change, you know. I'm gonna hit it big and stack that paper. Her mom, still not buying the cope, replied, but if you move into the dorms, I'll never see you. Dung Minha kept the confidence high. Don't trip. Once the voting ends, everything will go back to normal. But the more she acted like a Chad, the more her mom felt like a burden. Her expression dropped. I'm sorry, Minha. You wouldn't be so stressed if I hadn't remarried. She saw the self-pity and gripped her mom's shoulder. Mom, stop. You're still young, and raising us was a struggle. Dad's death wasn't your L. And that guy seemed like a W before we got married. Mom, we both got scammed. Her mom's eyes widened, completely stunned by her daughter's sudden aura of authority. Minha, but Dung Minha stayed firm. Just give me a minute, Mom. I'm about to cook. Fast forward to the amusement park where a scream tore through the air. On the other side, a group of people were getting absolutely wrecked by the roller coaster, shrieking their lungs out. Dung Minho looked at them from below and scoffed, pathetic humans. What's even scary about that? Lim S roasted him immediately. Minho, you're a literal demon and you puked your guts out earlier, remember? He got triggered. I only barfed because I ate expired food. His friend just rolled his eyes. Bro, I told you not to ride it. Dung Minho narrowed his eyes, swearing on his life he was never getting on that ride again. They headed to a new attraction with a gate that looked straight up cursed. Dung Minha asked calmly, the filth is in here? She replied with absolute yes, Queen Energy. Yes, Lord Ravis. The demon locked in the human realm definitely slipped past the radar, but my instincts picked him up. Hearing that, the guy hits us with that curious cat look, turns his head, and drops the million-dollar question. What's his name, anyway? The visual representation pops up, looking like a total nightmare fuel as she explains, Scroom. It feeds on human screams to generate magic power. It literally converts the sound waves of pure terror into demonic energy. Absolute cheat code. So dragging a total coward in here is basically a free power-up for this thing. Suddenly, Dung Minho spins around and hits Lim S with the reality check. Really? Finally, you're actually useful for something. Lim S, being the impulsive NPC he is, lets his mouth run faster than his brain. Me? Please, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't know the meaning of fear. Never been scared a day in my life. The second those words left his mouth, our MC dragged him inside like a sack of potatoes, leaving Lim S screaming for his life. Wait, meanwhile, Stit stands there with that main character support energy. I'll watch the exit. You two try not to die, yeah? They step inside and are immediately greeted by a decor of straight-up eldritch horror faces. But Dung Minho? He's literally bored. Why are people afraid of this trash? It's just wall art. Meanwhile, our boy Lim S is shaking like a leaf, clinging to him for dear life. He was right. I feel something seriously wrong here. Minho glances at the trembling mess beside him and drops a cold reminder. This is exactly what we came to. Hunt, stop shivering. You're embarrassing me. But before he can finish his Chad monologue, a floating head zips past their faces, making them both jump and let out a pathetic, high-pitched scream. They're both bug-eyed and shaking, practically fusing into one person out of sheer terror. Suddenly, Lim S stops dead in his tracks. Wait, did you just curse? Were you actually scared too? But Minho's ego is skyscraper high. Stufu. I was just pretending to test the enemy's reaction, obviously. Then he realizes something and asks, that was your first scream, right? Lim S just stammers, I guess so? Somewhere in the shadows, a pair of glowing blue eyes is locked onto them like a predator tracking its prey. Oblivious to the danger, they keep walking and yapping. You sure this is the fastest way? Every time the magic bloodstone reacts to a coward, it leaks a bit of its power. So if it reacts even harder, that means there's a demonoid nearby, and the bloodstone will get even stronger. While they're mid-theory crafting, a monster lunges out of the void, drooling. Your screams, they're so sweet, so intoxicatingly pure. Pure like a newborn baby's first cry it purrs, leaving Lim S paralyzed in total shock. What the hell is that thing? Scream swings its massive clawed hand toward them, continuing its creepy monologue. Your screams are delicious. Keep screaming. Seeing those razor-sharp claws closing in, Lim S is vibrating out of his skin, screaming for it. Is this a demonoid? Just as the claw is about to turn him into a kebab, a small, calm hand stops it dead in its tracks. Minho stares at the monster with zero chill, his voice ice cold. Don't touch him, he's my subordinate. Scroom's blue eyes focus on Minho. What are you? You don't smell like a human. Minho's aura shifts instantly. His eyes turn a glowing, demonic red as he flips the script. Scroom, let's see if I can hear a scream coming out of your mouth. Minho drops an evil, predatory grin. Scroom retaliates, lashing out. You think you can do anything to me? Minho and Lim S get blasted back by a massive shockwave. Scroom is peeking, totally addicted. That's it! Keep screaming! In a tight spot, Minho grits his teeth, eyes burning with absolute rage. I can only use my left arm right now. He sprints straight toward the beast. Watching him charge, Scroom just laughs. Where do you think you're going? It unleashes a massive torrent of magic power, aiming for a direct hit. The impact slams Minho into the ground. Lim S loses his mind, yelling, Minho, look out! Lim S is panicking so hard that Scroom is practically climaxing from the fear. More! Give me more! Scream louder! Minho is genuinely tilted seeing Lim S just standing there acting as a battery. He roars, shut the hell up. Your whining is just powering it up. Lim S, hand clamped over his mouth, whimpers, sorry, but the monster is having the time of its life. With eyes overflowing with pure delicious fear, the monster gathers even more energy to blast Minho again. The collision rocks the entire cavern. I'm gonna turn this thing into a pair of headphones and wear it everywhere, Minho thinks. I'm done letting this thing win. Minho claps back, staring down this absolute NPC. He lunges forward, pulling a move out of his sleeve while sarcastically whispering, yeah, I'm absolutely trembling. Minho swings, but the freak dodges it, mocking, look at you, waving those pathetic hands around like a total scrub. So cute, honestly adorable, he sneers, completely unfazed by the attack. Minho realizes his human-level stats aren't cutting it. With this body, he's getting mogged hard. The monster grabs him mid-air, absolute villain energy. Lim S is down there panicking, screaming Minho's name like a sidekick in a trash isekai. Minho struggles, but the monster pins him, manifesting a literal aura blade from its finger. This blade was forged from your friend's screams, the monster taunts. I wonder what kind of delicious sound you'll make when I dig it into your eyes. Even in this L-tier situation, Minho keeps his composure. You low-life demon trash, you won't hear a peep out of me. The monster digs its finger toward his eyes. Oh, really? Let's find out. The energy surge from its finger pierces straight toward Minho's eyes. Lim S stands there frozen, witnessing the absolute horror. Wait, nah, Minho didn't even flinch. He just stares back with cold, dead eyes. What's this? His left eye glows crimson. He's got that main character aura now, grinning. My vision. It's finally clear. He remembers Ban B setting this up beforehand. I tinkered with the demon blood gem so your sealed soul energy connects to your body, but the power only unlocks when the gem shatters. With a savage glare, Minho thinks, Bambi, you sneaky bastard, you hid the breaking point from me? The monster is shook, screaming, impossible. How can my scream blade not gouge out a mere human's eyes? Minho counters, moving at speed because I'm not just a mere human. He yells to Limbs like he's giving a command, hey Limbs, open your mouth and scream. The kid is baffled. Won't that just make it stronger? Minho shuts him down. Stop talking and just scream. Limbs hesitates, but he knows he has to trust Minho's plan, even if it feels like a total gamble. He takes a deep breath and lets out a massive roar, feeding the monster's hunger for screams. Minho's seal is broken. The demon blood gem shattered, and the limiter on his right leg is gone. The monster is eating it up, glowing as it absorbs the sonic energy. You idiot. You're just powering me up. Your arrogance is going to be your funeral. Minho mocks him back, sensing the weakness. Funny how your movements slowed down the second you started gorging on those screams, huh? The monster freezes, eyes wide. Wait, what? It's showtime. Minho is finally cooking. Now let's hear you scream, you piece of garbage. Minho launches himself, his eyes sharper than 1,000 cursed blades. The sheer aura radiating from him is absolute insanity, and honestly, he's starting to enjoy this power trip. I can feel the resonance now that the blood crystal shell has finally shattered. He goes back on the offensive, relentless, aggressive, no chill. If I keep devouring these low-tier NPC demons, my true power is going to return way faster. And just like that, the release is cathartic. My hypothesis was spot on. This growth is eclipsing the limits of any mere human ego. Power skyrocketing off the charts, I realize the blood crystal seal is dust. Now it's just a grindfest of absorbing evil energy until I'm back to my peak. Lim Sen is hovering nearby, basically sweating, seeing you absorb that demon. Are you actually okay? Dung Minho gives a smirk that screams absolute Chad energy, okay? Now let's go find some more. Scene switch, Dong Minhwa is standing there, head bowed before Hanshu like a total NPC. Thanks for escorting me. She doesn't even look up, just cold as ice, strip down and don't move until the rehearsal starts. She just shivers, complying like a total pushover. Understood. Her resolve kicks in and her mom grips her hand tight. You've got this. You can do it. Watching through the camera lens, the mother's hand is clenched tight enough to crush bone. Dong Minhwa, I'm so hyped I could scream. She's spiraling into madness. If I transfer into your body, you'll still obey me, right? Hanwha just shrugs, obviously, mother. Shall we get to it? Dong Minho and Lim Sen are back on the move. Stid is waiting but suddenly freezes. That familiar, suffocating aura is closing in. She turns around, eyes wide. This bloodlust, could it be? Seeing him standing there, totally unharmed, she drops to her knees. My lord, congratulations on recovering your demonic power, bloodlord of all existence. She's bowing so deep it's practically religious. Absolute mommy energy, vowing to be his shadow and follow him to the ends of the earth. Dong Minho shuts that down with a wave. Keep it casual, just drop the GPS on the next target and track Mara. He glances down from the height, ready to strike a deal the second he's back at full power. She looks up, dead serious. Understir. In some shady corner, a dude is just vibing with a cigarette, but on his back is a purple hole-ridden monster, Epsilon the kind that snacks on human lungs. The creature is literally begging, more, give me more. Suddenly, a human hand clamps onto its skull, and the monster's brain goes straight to buffering. Dong Minho's voice is cold, you're coming with me. Apep looks back, stammering, the hell are you doing? No answer, just a flicker of his left eye, and before the thing can even scream, it's being deleted. After swallowing the last bit, Dong Minho just scowls in disgust. Damn, that tasted like garbage. He turns around. Next. Not long after, they snag another one leeching off a drunkard, Asra, the memory-eating parasite. Asra, once it's digested, Minho scoffs, this one's even grosser. Lim Sen is peeking from behind a pole, shaking like a leaf. I had no idea this many demons were hiding in the human realm, but why do they need to drain humans just to exist? Minho turns, his left eye glowing with a blood-red light that's pure nightmare fuel. When they fled here, the dimensional barrier stripped their mana. Now they're just NPCs looking for a survival hack, or they just evaporate. She stares into those eyes and turns pale. I get it now. So hauntings aren't just superstition. Minho raises his hand, blood-red mana coating his arm, eyes glinting with a dangerous idea. I think I've got enough mana saved up. Time to test the goods, don't you think? Limes's jaw hits the floor, eyes bugging out. Minho, what the hell was that? He clenches his fist, blood aura, manifesting into a jagged blade, smirking as he explains, I managed to replicate my damn Rocco. It's still a prototype, but it'll do. After dissipating the blood aura, he suddenly looks stressed. Wait, is it even safe to send Minho out for recon alone? He shakes his head. Chill, her mana output is so bottom tier, the enemies won't even notice her presence. High up on a branch, a bat hangs upside down, scouting the perimeter. Suddenly, she screams out loud, I'm starving. If I don't eat, I'm literally going to die. No sooner said than done, her eyes lock onto a target, swooping down with tiny hands to snatch a bug. Gotcha, you little piece of trash. Upon closer inspection, Stit goes wide-eyed again. Wait, what is this thing? She holds the gross-looking worm up, immediately concluding it's radiating Mara's mana signature. Realizing the danger, Stit takes flight. I need to report this to Master immediately. Meanwhile, in some sketchy underground parking lot, a white car rolls in, slowly. Chaos erupting inside. Hani hugs Dong Minna, hyped as hell. Mom, I drugged her so cleanly. Don't you think I'm a prodigy? In the front seat, Han Yongdu turns around, wearing a grin that's pure nightmare fuel. Well done. Hearing the praise, he happily commands, Wionga, move out! Go, go! Poor Dong Minna is still out cold, completely oblivious to the L move about to happen. Back to the squad, Stit is mumbling through a mouthful of worm. Minho finally snaps, spit that out before you talk. I can't understand a single word of your nonsense. She shifts back into human form, spitting the worm out and rushing. Lord Ravis! Minho leans in, face contorting in disgust. What is that? It smells like absolute garbage. This is 100% one of Mara's parasites. Seems like she lost her humanoid form crossing the barrier and is now hunting for a fresh host. Minho's brows furrow, deep in thought. The appearance of these parasites proves Mara needs a new vessel. Her spirit can't handle a human body for long. Lim S stammers, terrified. Wait, so the audition was just a trap to target Minho's body? He nods grimly. High probability. That hag is obsessed with youth and beauty. Minho grinds his teeth, and yet, she's still faker than my mom. That old crone is classy in her insanity. Lim S gets sidetracked. Wait, how old is your mom anyway? In human years, roughly 6,375. Lim S freezes, staring blankly. Then, how old are you? He frowns, trying to dig through his memory. How old am I? Remember back when I was a kid, my uncle let me watch the human realm once. Recalling the pyramids, he continues, humans were busy building some massive structures. Back then, Bakken laughed out loud. You see that? That's a temple humans built to worship me. I am an entity your low-tier god wanabs could never touch. Get it, nephew? Hearing the old man flex, Ravis just sneers, and that's worth bragging about. Band B adjusts his glasses, calmly correcting him. Lord Bakken, according to my research, they aren't building those for you. They're followers of the celestial realm's gods. Bakken's jaw drops, eyes wide. What? Why would they worship a loser I already clapped? He just shrugs. How should I know? Bakken doesn't even care, pulling both of them into a hug. His voice booms across the heavens. I won, so they belong to me anyway. Back in the present, Lim S is trembling, thinking about the math. I heard those pyramids were built 4,000 years ago. This is way beyond my pay grade. After a tense silence, he asks urgently, what do we do? Ravis's little sister is about to get devoured by Mara. He stays silent for a long beat, his face turning cold as ice, thinking to himself, Minha is about to be consumed. Deep in the woods, this abandoned building is giving major horror movie vibes. Han Yong-do gets hauled out of the car, staring at the starry sky like a main character, whispering, "The night I was born." But the sky is empty, not a single star in sight. Talk about a bad omen. "Mom, are you sure this is the spot?" Han Yu asks, clearly sensing the weird atmosphere. Han Yong-do climbs the stairs, dragging the plot forward. "Yeah, this place is the blind spot between the human and demon realms, totally invisible to heaven." She stops dead in her tracks. What the hell? A low-tier demon is standing there like an NPC surrounded by a pile of corpses. The demon flashes his ugly teeth. "Who the hell told you scrubs to come here?" Han Yong-do goes full Karen mode. "I'm Marabelius, this is my territory." The demon does a double take, but then realizes she's basically a walking fraud account. "You used to be a Black Throne member? Now you're just a manaless hobo. Get lost, this base is mine now." And Yu doesn't even care, he just steps on a corpse like it's trash. The demon screams, "Watch your step, you idiot." Han Yong-do sighs, "Whatever, I'm basically a nobody now. Keeping this human form cost me everything. That's why I brought my kids, they're basically my bodyguard squad." The demon scoffs, "Using your own half-breed kids as meat shields? Talk about bottom-tier parenting." She doesn't even blush, she's too busy being toxic, "They owe me their lives. Now pack up your stinky weeds and get out." The demon is triggered, "These are sacred herbs. Why does nobody recognize the grind?" As Bar charges in, Hanyu doesn't even break a sweat. He's still holding Minha, but hits the demon with a clean face kick. "Chill, bro." Yongdu smirks. "Good job, my son." Flashback to some villainous mommy vibes. "Ugh, what a waste of soul spring water. Do you have any idea how hard I had to steal this?" "Swallow it." I said swallow the damn thing. The soul spring water, straight out of the deepest valley in the demon realm, basically the tears of gods. This stuff is OP. This holy juice is basically the core battery for all mana. The only legendary item that could satisfy her bottomless greed. Han Yong-do grinds her teeth, crushing the bottle. Gamud Vindica hoarded this stuff like a total scumbag. What a stingy prick, I have no choice. Even if I'm wasting it, drink it up and protect me. I just need to find that hidden treasure in the human world before we reach that building. Lim S is panting. "Are you sure they went this way?" Stit transforms into a cat, sniffing the air. That foul stench of Mara is getting way too strong. She looks up at the ruins. Yup, she's definitely in there. Lim S stops to wipe his sweat. "Wait, there's actually a building here?" Stit turns back into a human, taping her nose shut. "I can't take the smell anymore, my nose is literally dying." Seeing she's useless for intel, he looks over. "Minho, you better save Minho no matter what." He stayed silent for a beat, then finally dropped the bomb. "Aight, let's go." As he threw his arm around Lim S, the kid shrieked, "Wait, me? I'm just gonna be dead weight." Dung Minho shot him a look colder than my ex's heart. "Dead weight? Nah, you're my premium meat shield." The poor guy's jaw hit the floor, trembling. "The hell? Meat shield?" Stit scrambled to add her 2 cents. "Lord Lavis, I'm praying for your win against Mara. Good luck, King." Dung Minho whipped his head around with that signature "Don't test me" aura. "You're coming too. We need to balance the party numbers." She started stuttering like a low-tier NPC. "Wait, me too? Is there really no way out of this boss fight?" Stit couldn't stop vibrating with fear, thinking, is this clout and coin even worth it? I should just stayed under the radar. Inside the building, Dung Minho was shoved onto a magic formation. Han Yong-do smirked, looking satisfied. "Good, make it snappy." Bauer, who was acting like a total Chad moments ago, was now groveling like a total fraud. "Lady Mar of Greed, please, have mercy. You're definitely gonna need me if you plan on surviving the human realm." Han Yang found this comedy gold and giggled. "Mom, can I keep him? I've got some annoying chores lately. We can make him our butler." The old man nodded like a desperate simp. Yes, yes, give me any task. I'll finish it in record time." Right on cue, Dung Minho's savage voice cut through the room. "Birds of a feather really do flock together, don't they? Absolute trash. A coward who betrayed his clan, a thieving rat driven by greed, and a pair of hybrid twins. You guys are the definition of a squad." Han Yong-do whipped around, eyes bulging while Han Yang looked shook. "Wait, that's Minha's brother standing next to Dung Minho." Lim S was sweating bullets, glancing around. "Are these corpses? Is this for real?" He looked up at a body hanging on the wall. "Wang Mu, I was wondering where you crawled off to. Turns out, you've been decorating the wall." "Lim S, if I hadn't saved you, that'd be you on the wall. So from now on, learn to listen to your master. Capisci?" The kid's face went pale, his body shaking uncontrollably. He was realizing he'd just stepped into a literal demon-infested hellhole. Bar looked up in shock. "You know Wang Mu, so you're the one who ruined my master plan." Han Yong-do narrowed her eyes. "I knew he wasn't just some random human." Han Yong smirked. "See, my taste is elite. Mom, you know who this is?" Before he could finish his monologue, Stit, doing way too much, snitched. "That's Lord Lavis Vindica. He was banished to the human realm for wiping out the entire Bar clan. The one and only Demon King's legateeth." Her face twisted in pure rage. "What? Lav Vindica? You're Ina's little criminal brat? Lavis Vindica, you bloodthirsty dog, you slaughtered my whole family." Suddenly, her brain started ticking. "Wait, this is it. This is my chance. He isn't the apex predator anymore. He's just a prisoner trapped in a weak-ass human body. I can finally get my revenge for the clan with my own 2 hands." Han Yong-do barked. "Ina, that meddlesome hag, she even sent you to the human realm just to ruin my life." Meanwhile, Dung Minho was doing some quick math. "I can't take all 3 of them on with this current build, and that bar rat is definitely waiting to backstab me. Deal with him later." He looked at Bauer and commanded, "Beat it." Bar shouted back, "You think you're still in the demon realm? I'll end you right now." Before he could finish his sentence, Dung Minho roared, "Shut your mouth and get lost before I decide to delete you permanently." The raw aura radiating from him froze Bar in his tracks, sweat dripping off his face like a faucet. Dong Minho flexed, announcing to all the demons in the human realm, I, Lavis, have descended as the Bloodlord. Stay in your lane or get hunted down like the trash you are. Bar was shook. What? You can actually channel mana in a human body? How? Damn it all. He scrambled to his feet, half crawling, half running for the exit. Feeling like the stairs were way too slow, Bar smashed through the window and yeeted himself out. Minho side-eyes the hag and says, Listen, Grandma, if you want that youthful glow, stop body-snatching NPCs and go experience some actual pain. Han Yong-do loses her mind. You little rat, how dare you talk to your senior with that trash-tier attitude? She immediately starts hacking up blood. Hanyi sighs, Mom, seriously, stop trying so hard, you're looking mid right now. Han Yong-do bites her own finger, eyes glinting. Fine, I'm intrigued. I wonder what kind of face that precious little treasure of yours will make when she watches her kid get shredded by my children. Minho smirks, his aura turning ice cold. I'm also curious to see the expression on a bitter old crone's face when she watches her own kids get deleted by the child of the woman she's been jealous of forever. She arches a brow and screams, Hanshu Hanyi, which one of you is going to bring me that brat's tongue on a silver platter? Hanyi summons his weapon with absolute main character energy. Obviously it's me, Mom. Hold my beer. Hansu stays silent, summoning twin blades, and they both charge in like headless chickens. She snaps at Hanyi. Move, he yells back. Stop tripping. My Veneran is more than enough to silence this fodder. They swing simultaneously, but Minho dodges with zero effort. Hanzu slashes horizontally, and he just parries her blade like a boss. Hanyi screams, Hanju, get out of the way. You're literally griefing my play. Move. She hits him with the cold shoulder. Shut up and provide some support from the back, loser. Minho steps back, thinking, zero teamwork, free real estate. He taunts, are you too sure you aren't going to collapse before you even touch me? Hanyi almost takes a hit and rages. Watch where you're swinging, you're griefing me. Minho keeps backing up, analyzing the situation. Hansu is overconfident. Their perfect duo synergy is absolutely cooked. Minho catches a strike from Hanju with his blade, and her sword recoils instantly, swinging back to smack right into Hanyi's mace. Hanyi grinds his teeth. Not this again, you absolute fraud. Hanju clicks her tongue, clearly tilted by his lack of skill. Minho sees the opening and swings a clean slash across her guard. The blade slices her waist, and she's leaking red like a fountain. He thinks even as hybrids, these two hit hard. What kind of dark magic experiments did Mara pull on them? Seeing his sister take a hit, Hanyi laughs like a psycho. Serves you right. Get lost, Hanju, this guy is my kill. He launches his chain mace, smashing it into Minho's right arm. Hanju immediately tries to steal the aggro. Don't get cocky, I'm taking his head. Minho effortlessly switches his sword to his left hand, staring her down with dead eyes. Hanju is visibly shook. No way, he just switched hands like it was nothing? Hanyi chases him down with the chain mace. Lavish, try not to die too fast, you have to die by my hands, you NPC. He swings the mace with full force while Hanshu goes for a vertical death drop from above. No parries the heavy strike, but the sheer weight makes his knees buckle. Hanju grinds her teeth desperate. Die, just hurry up and die. Minho shoves her away, his mind racing. Crap, I don't have enough mana to solo 2 bosses at once. Okay, this plan is top-tier degenerate, but let's try tilting these NPCs. Hey, your big sister is pretty cracked, huh? Han Yang loses his absolute mind. Say what? Who's the sister? I popped out 18 minutes earlier. You're dead meat. Jung Min-ho just stands there, jaw dropped. Wait, it actually worked? He backflips out of the danger zone like a total Chad, effortlessly dodging the incoming heat. Hansu sees his teammate's IQ dropping to 0 and rages. You absolute clown, what are you doing? Stop playing NPC and rushing in. He screams back, shut your mouth. I'm gonna be the one to serve this guy's head to mom on a silver platter. Jung Min-ho narrows his eyes, calculations running in real time. Nice, he's rage-baiting himself into a sloppy play. Perfect, he's officially in my kill zone. Not far away, while dodging, she mutters, Mara of the 12 black seats used to be a goat I respected, but seeing you devolve into a greedy, corrupted mess? Straight up cringe. Han Yongdu shrieks, how dare you call me weird, you bottom-tier filth. The moment she finishes, Stit gets absolutely folded by one of her tentacles. She thinks to herself, now's the time, Lim, go for the magic circle. The second he touches the barrier, he lets out a soul-piercing cry, thinking, it's burning? No, wait, it's freezing? Lim S digs deep and shoves with everything he's got. He grits his teeth until they nearly crack, screaming, Minaha, wake the hell up! Meanwhile, Stit is playing defense like her life depends on it, thinking, I'll hold this witch back, even if it kills me. Lim, save Minha, do it now. But our hero gets absolutely mogged by the barrier and sent flying. Lim S looks at his hands, they're glowing red, scorched to the bone. The pain is hitting his nerves like a truck, making him spiral. I'm just a human. I'm literally useless. Then, the power of friendship kicks in and he remembers the good times. Absolute shonen energy loading. He grinds his teeth, forget being useless, I'm not folding today. He lunges again, fist raised, screaming, Minha, whatever it takes, we're dragging you out of this nightmare. His fist connects with the barrier just as Stit gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Han Yongdu chuckles, game over trash, time to delete you. Stit pulls herself up, bleeding out. Even with a broken body, she's still OP. The 12 Black Seats title isn't just for show, huh? Han Yongdu whips her tentacles, firing off purple energy bolts. You thought a little scratch would stop me? Stay down, worm. Stit gets tagged and sent flying into the distance. Pinned into the wall by energy arrows, she lets out a blood-curdling scream. Gah, it burns. Han Yongdu cackles. Watch closely. Witness the final moments of these insects. Seeing her head toward the magic circle, Stit panics. No, Slim, run! Get out of here! He looks up to answer, and crunch, the blood starts flying everywhere. Lim S is left convulsing on the cold, unforgiving floor, total L for the squad. The witch Han Yongdu stared him down, flashing a twisted, psychotic grin. I'll use you and that brat as fertilizer, so sit tight and wait for your turn. He struggled to even twitch a muscle, his mind spiraling in pure panic. My body, it's completely locked up. The hag started chanting her cringe incantation over Dung Minhe's body. Kag wasted way too much time on these NPC brats already. Then she let out a megalomaniac screech. I swear upon the blade that splits the soul. Oh, moon of the oath, I cast aside this rotting flesh. Let the fires of greed ignite my veins, tear open the gates of the heart, and rebirth me into a new life. Suddenly, her eyes glowed with that classic villainous purple aura as she shrieked, Darkness, hear my call. My oath is fulfilled. That's when Dung Minho noticed the shift and shouted in pure anxiety. Wait, no, where did that crimson-red blade even spawn from? At the same time, his gaze dropped to sub-zero temperatures, radiating pure murderous intent. With a flick of his wrist, his sword slashed through the trash mob standing in his way. Just one swing and these NPCs were already cooked, losing half their health bar in a single stroke. Hanwi tried to play hero and screamed, Stop right there! But the stubborn Hunch countered, No way, I'm getting the first kill. Suddenly, a magical binding rope manifested out of thin air, wrapping tight around his body. Yoink, an invisible force yanked him backward with zero effort. Before he could even process the L, his mouth was sealed shut with massive magical duct tape. He got dragged into the corner of the room like a piece of absolute trash. In the shadows, Jin Hai was holding him hostage, whispering with peak villainous energy, How dare you touch our beloved Lavis Appa like that? Out of nowhere, a massive cursed sludge-like substance erupted. It spewed straight out of Moravius's throat and poured directly into Dung Minha's mouth. She was forced to swallow that gross tear potion, then she let out a small hiccup, forcing the liquid to surge inside her until it slowly drenched her entire body in a way that's honestly just straight-up cursed. Suddenly she woke up, her eyes flashing with a wicked, calculated glint. Finally, the perfect vessel is mine. At the same time, the witch's original shell slumped onto the floor, totally lifeless. She lifted her arms, admiring her new form like a narcissist, this fresh body. Oh, the sensation. She started feeling herself up with total creep vibes. This is it. I'm going to enjoy this top-tier beauty forever. Seeing this, Lim S screamed in horror while Stit went full despair mode. Dung Minho got distracted mid-combat, earning a sharp scolding from Han Shu. Where are you looking at, you fraud? He cursed out loud, damn it, I'm already late to the party. Meanwhile, Jin Hai was absolutely down bad, simping hard. Lavis Appa, those gorgeous lips. Even you look is just pure, unadulterated peak aesthetic. Ignoring the simps, he straight up tanked the incoming blade with his bare arm. She was hiding behind a wall, fighting her own internal conflict. Pull yourself together. Beltia Appa is in grave danger right now. Then she blushed, totally flustered, but if I jump in now, Lavis Appa is totally gonna see me. She shrieked in total embarrassment. Just the thought of it was enough to make her want to delete her existence. Still, I can't just stand here and stare, can I? What do I even do now? Hani lay there, absolutely shook, but he wasn't about to miss this golden opportunity to crawl his way to freedom. Just then, Hansu locked eyes on him full of concern. Hansu, who did this to you, man? My guy didn't hesitate, immediately cooking up a plan. This was his moment to shine. He wasted no time and lunged at her, causing her to let out a blood-curdling scream. Mom, this idiot Hansu is tripping. Meanwhile, Dung Minha started acting Suze. Some weird glowing slime was literally oozing out of her skin. That old hag Han Yang, currently ghostwriting in her body, spoke up. So honey, what are you doing down there? Her arm casually untangled itself to let him go, and the dude immediately started screaming in pure rage. Where the hell did that little brat go? Where did she even pop out from? The hag retorted with pure villain aura. Looks like we've got ourselves a little rat hiding in the shadows. She started flexing hard, showing off her new ride. Mom, you finished already? How do I look? He just stared, unimpressed. Mom, you look nothing like yourself. You're basically a skinwalker. Lim S watched the whole dumpster fire, his heart sinking. She actually took over Minha's body. Is this really how it ends? Is it game over? Stang, currently trapped in that locked-in state, frantically chimed in. Lord Lavis, there's still hope. Minha's soul hasn't been completely wiped yet. He froze, caught off guard. Wait, for real? He struggled to keep his composure. It's a moonless night, the night the moon hides itself. The barrier between the human world and the demon realm is glitching out. Magic, contracts, even souls are unstable right now. The sky turned pitch black as she spoke. The Mara ritual isn't locked in yet. Her body stayed still while she screamed internally. Minha's soul had to still be in there somewhere. Suddenly, Minha's eyes started twitching with pure panic. She started fighting back, shouting for help. Minho Appa, my body is moving on its own. Please, someone save me. He was totally stunned, his focus shattering. Was that actually Minha's soul? Then the body started laughing in a way that was straight up cursed. Moravius manifested, radiating peak villain arrogance. How interesting. So, do I sound exactly like your precious Minha, or what? He snapped, his fury boiling over. You think playing with her life is a damn game? She barked an order like a true toxic queen. Han's bored. Just wipe them all out. The lackey went full NPC mode, rushing in with insane energy. Yes, mother, we're about to absolutely cook these losers. I'll hunt down that little rat and end her right now. He started swinging his blade like a madman, cursing his own L streak. I can't believe I'm getting mogged by these bottom-tier descendants. The disrespect is real. In the corner, the hag grinned, looking like she was about to feast. You guys have been waiting long enough, right? Time for me to level up and get a snack. Looking like a total victim, she started baiting them with that classic villain manipulation. Now, which one of you should I feast on first? Even Limes couldn't hide the fear in his eyes. He was genuinely terrified. Suddenly, a weird-looking orb dropped right at her feet, and she looked down, completely confused. The hell is this? As she stared at the sphere, a mini-doll popped out like a jump scare. It fixed her with an ice-cold, murderous glare. Even a monster like her couldn't help but flinch in pure terror. He was stunned, watching the scene unfold as thick, murky smoke filled the room. Maravelius held her nose, looking absolutely annoyed. The heck is that? Why does it smell like absolute trash in here? Suddenly, a blur streaks across the battlefield. It Gingy, moving at Mach speed. She lunges straight for our guy, pulling out two heavy metal components like she's about to cook up something lethal. She snaps them onto her arms, turning them into massive mechanical gauntlets, and he's left standing there like, wait, what just happened? She's already dashing away, shouting back with total main character energy. Use this, he's stuttering, trying to figure out if Gina Hai is actually for real. Meanwhile, Limes is still stuck, trapped in that gross, sticky sludge. She pulls him out, whispering, human, use it to save him. He's completely bugging out, his brain lagging while he tries to process her instructions. She vanishes into thin air, leaving a high-tech gun hovering there like it's straight out of a sci-fi flick. Stid inspects the gauntlets, straight up glazing. Wait, is this reinforced with Demon Realm energy? How did Jinjae even get her hands on this high-tier gear? He's equally shook. What even is this? Why is Jinjae handing me endgame loot? He's busy checking out the hardware she dropped, when suddenly, a cloud of pink gas explodes and shrouds the entire room. His brain starts glitching, his head is pounding, and he's yelling, my head feels fried and my heart is going 200 BPM. What is this status effect? His pupils dilate, his mind is absolute chaos, and he's gasping for air like he's caught in a lag spike. On the other side, the villain is still running her mouth, surrounded by poison gas. Where'd you steal that junk, scrub? You think I don't know you're trying to pull a fast one? Jinjae blitzes out of nowhere, her sharp-as-hell mechanical claws aimed for the kill, but the villain parries it instantly, sneering. Oh, a little toy? You really think that's going to turn the tide, NPC? Jinjae snaps back. Only one way to find out, Grandma. The villain shrieks, totally unhinged. Predictable. You're just a bottom-tier, discarded monster. Stay in your lane. Jinjae hits back with the ultimate roast. Coming from the trash who sold their soul for bottomless greed, that's rich. Suddenly, a figure steps into the frame, and the villain starts acting all demonic and extra. Oh, so it wasn't just a basic toy, was it? She starts mutating, tentacles whipping out as she screams, whatever, I'll just swallow the lot of you and level up. Jinjae is stressing, watching the tentacles get thicker. These things are getting too tanky, my blades can't even chip them. She's shifting into big brain mode, calculating the meta. Mara is still syncing with that body. The longer we let her cook, the more L's we're gonna take. The villain is pure cringe, flexing her ego. I wonder if a fresh, squirming demon beast tastes better than a human snack? Jinji's eyes lock onto a glowing tether connected to the villain's gut. It's the umbilical cord linking her straight to Yongdu. Backed into a corner, Jinjae does the math. Minha is just a mortal vessel. Looking at the corpse on the floor, she realizes the villain is failing to sustain Mara's full power level. She's basically hard stuck. The villain is spamming attacks like a button masher. But Jinjae is focused on the objective. I just need to sever that cord to Yongdu and break that magic circle. Easy win. In the corner, Limes finally finishes his cooldown, his breathing steadying out as his HP bar starts to refill. Bro's just standing there, gun in hand, having a literal existential crisis. Bruh, what am I even supposed to do with this thing? Suddenly, his eyes lock onto Maravelius' body, currently tanking hits behind some sketchy magic circle. He takes one look at that witch and gets a realization. Watching her fight, he's like, wait, are those tentacles actually feeding off Yongdu's corpse? He starts big-braining it. If that's the case, the transfer process to Minha isn't finished yet. That magic circle is basically a glorified save file, protecting the original body until the upload finishes. The realization hits different, and his aura just spikes. It's not too late to pull the plug, and his eyes start glowing with pure I'm about to cook energy. He freezes mid-stride because wait, what is he seeing? Is he actually hacking the visual structure of the magic circle? Is it just geometry? He starts air-drawing calculations like a total gigachad. Shapes turn into formulas, and magic is literally just math. He's about to solve this boss like it's a homework assignment. His hands are moving, crunching the numbers. That circle is the bridge between Yongju and Minha. Time to find the glitch in the matrix. Bro starts scribbling insane, high-level math in midair like he's playing 4D chess. He's analyzing the core barrier as a cubic polynomial with S-curve mana flow. The weakness is in the extreme values, so time to take the derivative. Stid is watching this like, wait, is this guy actually speedrunning magic decryption right now? She's tanking hits, thinking, oh, so that weapon Jinji gave him is a literal cheat code for understanding magic? Meanwhile, the villain is still geeking out, screaming, get over here, you little rat. Stit regains her sanity. If S is busy doing his nerd stuff, she's gotta play the ultimate meat shield and stall for time. S is still in the zone, converting the magic structure into a matrix. Symmetric mana vector matrix loading. He hits her with that I'm about to ruin this woman's career smirk. Once I hit these eigenvalues, the weakness is wide open. His eyes flare up, he's locked in. Found you, F0, your weak point is showing, L ratio. He aims the gun with maximum confidence. Magic circle, say goodbye to your minimum value. The bullet leaves the chamber while he shouts the final verdict. Consider yourself deleted. He's so hyped he's practically jumping for joy. This is peak satisfaction. The bullet hits with the force of a truck, shattering the magic barrier like it's made of glass. Nani, the energy pierces deep, tearing through the defenses and zeroing in on her body. The witch finally realizes she's cooked and lets out a panicked scream. The recoil sends Lim S flying back, but he's still vibing. She's absolutely pressed, screeching, How? How did a bottom-tier fraud like you break my magic circle? He doesn't even care about the trash talk. He's just buzzing from the high of his math being 100% correct. Looking at his gun, he's like, calculations don't lie, baby. He passes out mid-flex as the magic circle crumbles, while the witch is having a total meltdown in the background. How could these weaklings do this? My body transfer wasn't even complete yet. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the chaos. Good job, S. Leave the rest to me. It's Stit, and she's charging in with pure mommy energy while the villain screams, Wait, what do you think you're doing? Zero cares given, she stomps straight onto that umbilical cord, tearing at the damn thing like a total savage. The hag stands her ground, shrieking in pure rage, How dare you try to rip me away, you insect? She's getting absolutely bombarded by the villain's heavy-hitting attacks. Her body goes flying back from the impact like a rag doll, while the hag scrambles toward the original vessel, desperate, I can't let everything crumble right here, right now. She paws at her flesh, wailing in agony, My body, my noble high-tier vessel, I won't lose even a single shred of it. Even while getting bodied, she stays pressed, spitting facts. Your greed is growing like a weed, but it's gonna snap under its own weight. And when it breaks, all that filth is just gonna rot and cling to you layer by layer. Triggered, the hag goes full villain monologue mode. What kind of garbage are you spouting? You bottom-tier beast, I'm gonna chew you until only the bones are left. She claps back with weary main character energy. Time for you and your greed to burn together, right? Suddenly Dong Minho shifts into his beast form as she calls out Lord Ravis. Han Yang, despite being dangled like a cheap accessory, keeps whining. Mom, I'm sorry, that thing. He absorbed the red smoke and leveled up instantly. Hung Minha stares in pure shock, brain cells short-circuiting. No way, was that smoke the catalyst all along? Meanwhile, Jinji watches with obsession-coated eyes, flashing back to a memory. A woman holding a massive syringe, thinking about the seal-broken demon. Lucky I got his blood. I wanted to keep it for myself, but no choice. Ravis, old pal, if this special serum hits that new body and merges with the OG blood, you're gonna reclaim that peak-tier power. So here's your gift, Ravis. Go ahead and shake the world like the old days. Back in the present, Dong Minho's eyes glow with chaotic malice. It's been an age since I felt this exhilarating. Dong Minha loses his cool and starts screeching at his lackeys, You useless NPCs, can't you even handle one simple task? But Ravis isn't having it. He grabs the fraud Han Yang by the collar, then yanks Hanshu's necklace, making her choke out a pathetic sound. They're both grinding their teeth, absolutely cooked by his aura, when they suddenly pull a synchronized maneuver, breaking free from his grip. The moment she's loose, she goes full berserk, charging at him. Thanks for the power-up, Mom. Now I'm gonna kill him for real. She rushes in from the other side, shrieking like a banshee. Die, just die already. But Dong Minho just blocks both their attacks with his bare hands like it's nothing, while the body-snatched Dong Minha flies at him taunting, Ravis Vindica, you fake prince demon loser. Why are you risking your life for these pathetic humans? She's not even your real sister, you simp. Dong Minho ignores the salt and just mutters to himself, that pastry. His eyes snap wide, voice turning cold as ice, it tasted divine. That single line leaves her looking like a glitching NPC, totally baffled. What? He ignores her, lost in the sauce of the past. The pastry the sister of this vessel gave me. It didn't taste like this mundane world. It carried the scent of the heavens. The villain screams, triggered beyond belief. What are you even saying? You're a demon. Why are you talking about the heavens? Dong Minho keeps that same energy, doubling down. Did you two ever feed each other, or what? Hansu chimes in with her typical trashy attitude, are you high? If we did, it was just throwing it in each other's faces. His hands stay lethal, moving with effortless grace while his voice remains cold. Is that so? In a split second, he slices her throat wide open. The wound is deep enough to turn the air into a red mist. The blood splatters onto Dong Minho's face and lips. He doesn't hesitate for a second, licking it clean with zero shame, absolute Giga Chad behavior. But the moment he tasted it, his eyes went wide as saucers. Minho's mind got sucked back in the past, specifically into Hanshu's childhood. This little girl was literally just vibing. Mommy, look, I got an A. Little Han Wai was also acting like a total golden retriever. Mom, I cleaned the whole house. I'm so hungry. But the mother? Total villain energy, screaming, shut up. Drink some water if you're starving. She dipped instantly, slamming the door behind her while calling them useless NPCs. Those toxic words cut deeper than a crit hit, absolutely wrecking the kid's mental state. Just like that, all their motivation went down the drain. Cleaning? Studying? Nah, they're just stuck overthinking why they're never good enough. Mommy's never gonna praise me anyway, they thought. Total mood killer. Cut to a random cafe where the vibes are off. The mom, Yongdu, is literally mauling at the crowd. If it weren't for you brats, men would be lining up for me. Look at those fake smiles. Absolutely mid. Yang honey, I honestly hate that girl. You get it, right? Hanshu stares down the target, her expression shifting into pure silent psychopath mode. No hesitation, she gets up and starts walking. She picks up the pace and straight up shoulder checks the poor girl full-on body slam style. The girl loses her mind. The hell is wrong with you? Yongdu rushes in like a fake saint. Oh my god, are you okay? The victim is still fuming. WTF. Look at my clothes. Meanwhile, the mom is acting like the victim of the situation. So sorry. Let me buy you a new outfit, please. They leave the room and Yongdu turns to the kids with a sinister grin. All right, let's go, my little soldiers. She puts her arms around them. So what should we do next? A twisted, satisfied smirk creeps across her face. She hugs Hanshu and coos, "Our little Yang is so sweet, right? See that look on her face? She's manipulating them like a pro absolute villain behavior." Hanshu goes stiff, finally getting that hit of validation. "Mom actually praised me." Hanwi feels the FOMO kicking in and starts sweating for approval. "Mom, let me do it next time. I can do it too." The mother just encourages the madness. Sure, give it a try next time." Hanshu, staring at the mom's twisted smile, starts connecting the dots. "If I torture the people Mom hates, she'll love me." That toxic canon event stuck with her until adulthood. Standing over a dead body with Mom grinning in the back, she's still thinking, yes, this will make Mommy proud. The mom starts the praise kink cycle. "Oh my god, Yang, you're so talented at this. You really did exactly what I said?" Even with the blade dripping blood, Hanshu just replies, "Yes." Standing over the corpse, she whispers, "I did everything you commanded." The mom is absolutely beaming, grabbing her face. "So cute. You'll kill the next one too, right? My precious little treasure." And Hanshu just goes, "Yes, I will. As long as I keep racking up kills for Mom." Hanshu leans into her embrace, the delusion fully settled. Mom will finally love me. A genuine smile spreads across her lips, the smile of a broken, brainwashed puppet. Back in the present, Minho is staring at these memories, absolutely shook. "You really raised them well, didn't you, you absolute monster?" Hanshu is completely unhinged now, trying to speedrun Minho's funeral. Just die already, like I said." Even Han Yang on the other side is absolutely pressed, screaming, I'll kill him first." Dung Minha is nearby, hyping them up like a total NPC. "Yeah, kill him. Get that trash out of my sight right now." Dung Minho just brushes them off, swinging his blade while thinking, "Man, these demons are genuinely pathetic, aren't they?" Despite being outclassed 2-1, he's mogging both of them with zero effort. Suddenly his eyes lock onto them with pure predatory intent. "I'll admit you demons are actually worthy of dying by my hand." The shift in his aura leaves her shook, her teeth clench instinctively as she realizes his gaze, it's completely changed. It's like a haunting vision of his uncle suddenly manifests behind him, leaving Dung Minha absolutely terrified. The beast of the battlefield has entered the chat. On the flip side, Hanyang is catching a massive L, wailing, "Damn it, my arm," but Hansu is just trolling. "Skill issue, bro. Should've been more careful." Dung Minho lunges in, dropping the truth bomb. "You're only sweating because he's your brother, aren't you?" While she's fuming, the idiot behind her starts throwing shade. "This is all your fault, Hansu. You absolute fraud. You were supposed to finish the job." She's already mid-fight with our MC, and hearing that garbage, she whips around. "Wait, what did you just call me?" Hanyang is spiraling, screaming, "Kill him! Kill that bastard now, or I'll kill you first." Hanshu is stunned and Minho seizes the moment to launch himself into the air. "Yeah, keep fighting among yourselves, you absolute clowns." She finally realizes what's happening, her eyes going wide. But it's too late. He's already closed the gap, and there isn't a single wasted movement in his strike. Huh? Before she can even blink, his blade is already tearing through the air. Hansu doesn't even hesitate. She shoves Hanyang right into the path of the blade to tank the hit. He hits the ground, wailing like a total beta. The pain is absolute, and Hanyang can't even stand as he lets out a pathetic shriek. It hurts, he's spasming, his entire body going numb as he stares at the sky. Mommy, Dung Minho, witnessing this cringe display, just spits, useless to the very end. "Shu, ditch the dead weight and come fight me." She's still locked onto Minho, obediently simping, "Yes, Mommy." Meanwhile, Hanyang is sobbing on the floor. "No, don't leave me." He uses his final breath to beg, "Mommy, please, Mommy." She couldn't care less. She's tunnel-visioned on taking down Minho. "Just die. Quit struggling. It's embarrassing." Too bad his movement is cracked. He's dodging every single one of her attacks like it's nothing. His brain is overclocking. One down. But looking at that corpse, he's crunching the numbers. Mara's possession is almost complete. If I waste any more time, Minha isn't coming back. No clue how much longer this body can hold up under this pressure. Dung Minho grabs the blade, his resolve hardening. "Doesn't matter. I have to try." In a flash, he disarms Hanzu, snatching the weapon right out of her grip. His other arm snakes around her waist, pinning her down. He drops the blade and his hand moves to her head. It's getting spicy now. With zero hesitation, Dung Minho leans in and sinks his teeth deep into Hanju's neck. She's screaming in agony, but he doesn't care. He's just focused on the source of that sweet, sweet life force. Seeing this, Dung Minha is absolutely spiraling, eyes wide and pupils dilated like, what in the actual NPC glitch hell is happening? As for her, once she's finally released from the hold, she can't even keep her balance, collapsing straight to the floor like a total zero as her stamina bar hits absolute empty. Meanwhile, Dung Minho just finished chugging that blood and is absolutely mogging his previous self. "I'm overclocking this body's limit to the max and stacking every buff I've got. It's go time." He blitzes her in an instant, his arm swinging with lethal intent. Dung Minha is panic spamming her tentacles, screaming, "Get the hell away from me, you trash." But our Chad protagonist doesn't even flinch. He's closing the distance with massive aura. Realizing her attacks are literal mid-tier trash, she starts tweaking. "Why won't you just die? Ravis Bindika." But behind that icy exterior, Dung Minho is actually teeth-gritting in pure agony. "Damn, my body is literally falling apart. This vessel can't handle the strain." His veins are popping like crazy. It feels like his entire body is being shredded from the inside out. Ignoring the pain, he weaves through the tentacles like a pro. "I've missed this feeling." Dung Min's eyes go wide as she sees his skill level spiking, and in a blink, he's already right in her personal space. Realizing she's cornered and completely cooked, she shrieks, "No, you freak! You're seriously going to ruin everything at the very last second?" Dung Minho doesn't waste breath on an NPC, he just swings his hand. slamming her into the dirt with enough force to make her scream in pure agony. He's got her by the throat, clutching tight while she's still yapping. Let go. Who do you think you are to touch me? He doesn't budge an inch, coldly delivering the final verdict. It's over. Your pathetic, trashy life ends here. She's still struggling, refusing to accept the L. I can't die. There's no way I'm getting clapped by a low-level fraud like you. Dong Minho isn't playing games. He grabs a nearby rod and gets serious. Final warning. If you vacate Minha's body right now, I'll let you live. The bait is taken, and she's visibly shook. Wait, what? You're actually gonna let me go? The sheer aura he's radiating is giving off massive Demon King energy. That's right. I, Ravis Bindika, swear it on the honor of my father, the great Demon King. But suddenly, the gears in that twisted head of hers start turning. I get it now. This dude is terrified that if I don't leave, I'll just self-destruct and take the girl with me. Losing this vessel is a major rip, but I'd rather survive and just find another host. She starts cackling like a deranged villain, putting on a fake act. Sure thing, a descendant of the Demon King wouldn't lie on his family honor, right? Put the weapon down. If you do that, I'll do what you want. It's not like I have any other options, right? Seeing her surrender, Dong Minho pauses for a split second, and the rod in his hand evaporates into thin air. He steps back, standing tall with that main character energy, and demands, get out of her now. Dong Minho rubs her neck, looking annoyed before finally responding. Fine, a sinister, creepy smirk spreads across her face. In a heartbeat, the monster's soul rips itself free. I'm leaving you, absolute moron. Dong Minho just smirked, absolutely vibing with the chaos. In a flash, he unleashed his demonic claws, snatching that soul like it was nothing. Only then did the fraud realize, squirming in pure terror, wait, this ain't a human hand. Minho, still keeping that main character aura smile, dropped the lore, you're one of the 12 Black Thrones. Imagine being gullible enough to believe me. Honestly, I didn't even know how to rip you out of Minha's body. The creature's eyes went wide, absolute brain rot moment. What, you piece of trash? So it was all a lie, even after you swore on your family's honor and your father's name? Suddenly, Minho hoisted the monster up, flexing his villainous drip. I only care about my own honor, clown. The purple-eyed, blue-skinned freak started wailing like NPC. No, my body, that's my body. I don't want to leave, let me go. Minho just gave a disgusted side-eye. What a pathetic sight. As soon as the monster was ripped out, Minho snagged it again, and it started screaming for its life. Wait, hold on, please, save me. I'll do anything you want, just name it. The creature writhed in agony, spamming please, like a broken bot. But then Hanshu stumbled up from behind, sword in hand, looking like a total L. That's right, do it. Hurry up, Hanwai, and kill this trash. Before she could even land a hit, Han Yi impaled her, so devious trying to hog all the credit, huh? In this bloodbath, I'm not letting that slide. And just like that, both of them were folded on the cold floor. Minho went absolutely feral, losing it. You scrub, you just threw away my final chance. Minho stared with zero chill. Your kids were begging for their mother with their dying breath, and you died looking this pathetic? The monster, having zero shame, kept yapping. Please, I beg you, I won't touch this girl, I'll find another host. Your mother and I were basically sisters. Minho's face stayed deadpan. So you don't believe me? It's facts, just ask Ineas. She called me Big Sis and treated me like royalty. Stit couldn't hold back the salt anymore. Your kids just bit the dust and you're still only thinking about yourself? Are you even a mother? The monster shrieked, totally unhinged. I can just spawn more. Lavis, listen to me. Minho didn't even let him finish, slicing its head clean off. So much for your 12 Black Thrones clout. You're actually worthless. The monster groaned in agony. Lace Vindica, who knew you'd drag me through the mud like this? It was pure rage baiting now, and to think I'd die by the hands of Ineas's kid. Typical Ineas. Sobbing like a loser, I don't accept this, I'm going to kill you. Minho stomped down to end the circus, the monster dissolved, and the blood arts surged straight into his eyes. Battle over. Someone approached him simping hard. I knew it. You actually did it. Master Lavis, he thought, looking at the blood arts consuming his hand. Not bad for a washed-up 12 Black Throne member. The power levels really are cracked. He froze, pulling a cloth from his coat to cover his nose, shielding himself from the stench of pure trash. What a total waste of time, honestly. Shit, Iza's asking about the two dead ones, Lavis's siblings, and if Mara hadn't invaded the human world, they might have actually had a shot. She keeps talking with that fake pity, wondering if those two could ever lived a happy life with their real mom. Dong Min just shuts it down. We'll never know. Looking at Dong Min and the unconscious sister, he snaps. Even if your parents aren't literal demons, look at that absolute fraud Dong Tae Shich. He doesn't even deserve the title of father. Kids really out here paying the price for their parents' greed. Canon event, I guess. Behind the door, a girl with Jin's face is peeking out, looking at him with straight-up idolizing eyes. Done here. Time to dip. But he caught her red-handed. Over there, he calls out, and she jumps like a scared NPC. As she fumbles to run away, he's like, I see you, you can come out now. She's blushing hard, begging him to just pretend she's invisible, classic shy waifu trope. He couldn't care less, lazily dropping the name Veltia. She freezes instantly. Veltia is legendary, the elite weaponsmith from a top-tier demon clan. Her jaw is on the floor. Wait, the youngest of the Momtano clan? The prodigy that only spawns once every 3,000 years? That Veltia? He gives her the dead-eyed stare. Alright, why are you stalking me? She's stuttering, gasping for air, totally flustered. Stalking? No. Bamba told me to. He said I was a gift for you. Anyway, surprise over. I'm out. She tucks her tail and bolts like her life depends on it. Stisa's just staring confused. That girl is supposed to be the most arrogant, reckless noble in existence, the ultimate lavish simp. But wait, that face? Isn't that Jin? Dongmin is literally grinding his teeth in rage. Why would he do that? Banbi definitely shoved Veltia's soul into Jin's body. He's absolutely livid, his aura turning cold enough to freeze hell. Things just went from complicated to absolute nightmare fuel. Dongmin crosses his arms, cursing him out. Banbi, you absolute degenerate, if I ever get back to hell, you're mine. I'm gonna make you regret everything. He asks about the due date for this weird arrangement, and the answer? Indefinite. He's cooked. Meanwhile, in the Demon Kingdom, Banbi is sipping tea, living his best life while Ineas and Baka are just yapping away. Baka laughs, surprised. Typical of my nephew going for the blood-sucking move. Ineas just looks sad, muttering how cruel. She asks, so what did Lavis do? And Baka starts glazing him. Word is he used that blood-sucking power to slice her tentacles and stomp her skull into the dirt. Baka is running his mouth, all smug and cringy. Oh god, it's so brutal I can't even finish the story. My poor sister. He tells Ineas to stop acting like she doesn't love the drama. She agrees. Fine, I love it. Just stop bringing up Lavis for a second. She shoots him a death glare, mommy energy at max capacity. Furious that she hasn't had a single day of peace knowing her son is rotting in the human realm. That old geezer Baka pointed at her teacup and started yapping. That tea you're drinking? Must be that high-tier luxury from the George family, right? You've been sipping on that for ages. She wasn't having his deflective energy, clapping back immediately. That has literally nothing to do with what we're talking about, keep up. Knowing he couldn't dodge the truth, he went for the chill-out route. Just teasing, relax. Lavis has finally awakened his true power, so stop stressing and just enjoy your tea, queen. But she already knew the tea, literally and figuratively. Wait, are you guys actually colluding behind my back? She shot him a side-eye that could kill, demanding, what kind of shady scheme are you losers cooking up? His face went full NPC shocked mode. Wait, even the great Demon King is in the dark about this? She countered with zero chill. Are you telling me Gamuda didn't know Ben stuffed a bloodstone inside Lavis's body? She froze, a realization hitting her like a truck. Don't tell me, she erupted, her aura going absolutely feral. You're trying to use Lavis as bait to catch Morgasa? He just raised his hands, looking smug and delusional. Exactly. Her rage went 0 to 100 real quick. She grabbed him by the throat, ready to commit a felony. I'll delete you right now. He started sweating, frantically explaining, no, Lavis wants to catch him too. I can't just ignore my grandson's wishes, can I? As they kept bickering like a boomer couple, she actually started gnawing on his head. You absolute fraud, you should have been dead 1,000 years ago. He cried out like a total mid-tier villain. Ouch, that hurts, stop it. Banbi watched the scene with total deadpan energy, thinking, aren't these two supposed to be bitter enemies who've been trying to kill each other for centuries? But then he set his cup down, his expression shifting into serious Chad mode. Morgasa, the literal ruler of death, the god who turns everything into pure void. The wind's death blow, the heavens, hell, and the mortal realm are all getting cooked. He leaned back, thinking with calculated precision. A vile beast trying to devour humanity and rewrite the laws of hell? Wherever you are, keep running, Morgasa. Lavis is coming for your neck. Meanwhile, Dongmin was busy playing caretaker for his little sister, who'd just been hauled back to her room. He stared at her, thinking, Dongmino, consider that debt you owed paid off with your own body. We're square. Their mom rushed in, panicking. Why is she passed out here? She was supposed to be training. Behind her, the cringeworthy Dung Tisich and his lackeys tagged along, asking, Minho, what's actually going on here? Avoiding the main character's glare, he lied. Looks like she got hurt in the practice room. Dung Tisich lost his mind, full-on villain mode activated. What did you do? She's a future idol. Is this your fault, Minho? Are you guys plotting to ruin my rep? His toxic brain rot comments were too much, and even the mom snapped back. Why are you even talking like that? You both hated the idea of her being an idol in the first place. He went full narcissist, completely blind to reality. Every time Minha trends, the comments are all about me. Are you trying to tank my brand, you losers? He turned to his minion with unhinged energy. Kim, get the camera. Start recording Minha. We're gonna spin this narrative. Tell everyone she was harassed. With a sick, greedy grin that radiated absolute villain trash energy, he laughed. Think of the pity clout. Isn't my brain just built different? Minho reached his limit. He looked at this pathetic excuse for a human with eyes cold enough to freeze hell, his voice dropping into a dangerous icy whisper. Before he could finish his sentence, his mother finally snapped, breaking down in tears. Enough. Do you even see this child as a human being with your own eyes? Or are you just that blind? He just gritted his teeth, the absolute definition of a L human. What? She then pivoted to spill all the tea while he stood there looking shook. I thought you were a stand-up guy, but the second my dad died, you drained his bank account and used our family connections to boost your campaign. She was sobbing, revealing how he even used Minha as a pawn. I've seen enough. The cringe is reaching terminal velocity. He cut her off with that arrogant main villain syndrome energy. I'm the one who took in a broke runaway and her 2 brats. Did you forget your daddy begging me to take care of you losers? He's straight up yapping now, playing the victim after leeching off her dead husband. And now you want to dump me? You ungrateful rat. Looking at this walking L, the MC is absolutely livid. Every word out of your mouth reeks of absolute trash. Do you even qualify as a human, or are you just a glitch in the simulation? The tension is at its breaking point. I can't stand your existence anymore. Sure, rules say I can't kill in the human realm, but breaking a few bones? That sounds like a skill issue on your part, she snaps. Shut your mouth, you bottom-tier NPC. He's shook but mostly just tilted. Excuse me? You dare talk back to me? You trying to silence me? She stared at Dung Tishich with pure unfiltered hate. I stayed silent to protect the kids, hoping they wouldn't lose a father twice, but you're just a hypocritical fraud obsessed with his public image. Don't make me laugh. Veins are popping on his face now. He's losing it. Are you actually insane? She clenched her fists, her hatred turning into pure aura. Listen up, Zoe. I'm not your puppet anymore. Her gaze was locked and loaded, and he was clearly mauling. From now on, I'm the hand that's going to strangle your career. The MC is watching, having a total epiphany. I thought she was just another weak side character. It's a total canon event. She reminds him exactly of his own mother. Dong Tae-shich hits full-on berserk mode. What? Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? Cut to the Middle East, a massive base high-stakes vibes where a dark-skinned guard is literally begging for his life. What are you doing? Stop, don't press the launch button. The hooded guy doesn't even blink. Why isn't it working? The guard is screaming warnings. If you launch that, thousands of innocent civilians are cooked. Our villain doesn't care about the L, pressing the button with zero hesitation and a voice colder than a rank F dungeon. Isn't that exactly what you guys wanted? System alert, the room turns a hellish red. Warning, missile launch sequence initiated. The guard is spiraling, screaming in desperation. No, why would you do this? What even are you? He replies with deadpan menace. I am a demon. The guard gasps. What did you say? He turns around with that soulless, terrifying stare. Go to the launch site and tell them Morgus sent you.